Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, football, week 10 of the NFL, moving day. Even though after looking at everything, it's just as cluttered as it was going into Sunday. We had some big upsets. We had some absolute blowouts. We had a tie. We start with fastest 2 minutes. We're going to do fastest 2 minutes. Then we are going to talk about each game, who's back of the week, football guy of the week, all brought to you by our friends at Tostitos. Tostitos has created Romo in Your Ear, a Bluetooth earpiece that helps a football novice in your life get in on the game. Who's a football novice? That one friend who has nothing to say during the game, always loses in fantasy, has just horrible takes time and time again. During a game this season, one football novice will actually get to listen and repeat smart football-y stuff directly from Tony Romo in real time. I bet you're wondering, is the device a tiny replica of Tony Romo's head? Yes, a teeny tiny Tony Romo is literally going to be in your friend's ear. Tostitos wants to help find the perfect football novice to win the only earpiece. So if you know someone who could use Romo in their ear, have them go to Tostitos.com/Romo and enter for a chance to win. As the official chip and dip of the NFL, Tostitos is helping one football novice get in the game. Go to Tostitos.com/Romo and enter for a chance to win. That's Tostitos.com/Romo. Enter for a chance to win. We love Tostitos. Greatest chip in the world. Greatest chip for Sundays. Make sure you're eating Tostitos every single Sunday, every single football weekend. Tostitos is the official chip and dip of the NFL. Go to Tostitos.com/Romo and enter for a chance to win. Okay, let's go.
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Tostitos. Go to Tostitos.com/Romo right now. Tostitos, the greatest chip in the world. Today is Monday, November 15th, week 10. We start in the Big D, where it was a revenge game for Dan Quinnipiac as the Cowboys faced the safety school Falcons. CD, who did this fam, was getting all the likes and retweets with minimal effort, scoring twice on Sunday. Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys in the hood had an appetite for destruction as they demolished Atlanta. Oh my Josh, it's Rosen. And he threw a pick. Cowboys 43, Falcons 3.
Whoop! Up to Indianapolis, where Trevor Lawrence Fishburne wasn't slanging any dope passes for New Jack City. Hey, Teej, keep Coach Meyer's fingers away from all that crack. Jonathan Taylor's version was a force in the red zone, and the Jaguars' eventual breakup with Urban Meyer is going all too well. Pop quiz hot shot, there's a bomb on the bus, and EJ Speed is the only one who can defuse it with a touchdown. The Jaguars stink. Oh wait, that's just Rigoberto Dirty Sanchez's upper lip. Colts 23, the Jaguars 17.
In Foxborough, where Jacoby Myers-Leonard said, "Hut, hike." I said hike, Teej, as the Patriots answered the call of duty against the Browns. Ramondre Agassi Stevenson put up a deuce in the end zone, and Hunter Henry Lockwood blew out the Browns' back. Kyle Josh Duggar used the rhythm method to intercept Baker Mayfield as the Patriots routed the Browns 45-7. Some spread.
Soup. Down to western Pennsylvania, right outside Gettysburg, where John Wilkes Fryermuth really ruined a play as Mike Tom Lincoln wanted to blow his own brains out. Ben Stiller Roethlisberger has the black lung pop. So is Freemason Rudolph trying to control the world, but national treasure Jared Goff was opening up America's playbook of secrets in overtime for the win. Here's the Lions kicker, and it's Ryan Santoso close, yet Santoso far away. Congrats to all the Game of Thrones fans and Pornhub fans, because we got a tie, and it's time to kiss your sisters. Dan, for whom the Campbell tolls, rang up his first non-loss of the season. Lions win 16-16.
In New Jersey, where Robert Salami's defense got eaten up like gabagool in the Meadowlands, and Matt Breida played Italian pervert, scoring twice. Mike Kite let a couple too many sail and was picked 4 times as Joe Tobacco came in after the Bills had already smoked the Jets for their only passing TD, and Josh Woody Allen said 17 and under only on this date. Points, that is, for the gangrene. Bills 45, Jets 17.
Out to the desert in Arizona, it was the return of Green Eggs and Cam Newton, who scored 2 fish touchdowns in the first quarter. Zane Speedy Gonzalez was quick to put up points on the board, kicking 4 field goals to prove he is an avid reader of the footbook. Horton hears a Chuba Hubbard found the end zone to keep the blowout going, while Christian McCaffrey had over 150 all-purpose yards. Good one, Jake. Panthers 34, Cardinals 10.
Jake.
Come on, Jake.
You what?
I didn't know. Come on, Jake. Is it no bank robbery?
In Raul John, where DeAndre 3000 Carter told the Bucs, I know you think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer. See, your defense really smells like poo, 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 poo. As Bruce Arians watched the Washington football team's final drive and said the word bitch. The Tom Brady method didn't have an antidote for the bye week, as Bobby John McCain said he likes his balls captured by the defense taking away the second pass of the half. The big takeaway from this game was the DC turf looking like a Stephen Chea pet after multiple injuries to key players. Washington football team 29, Bucs 19.
Huh? The football team? To Snowy Lambeau, where, hey now, you're Jamal Starr, Mr. Adams, go, Blitz, as Blitz Boy had his first interception since 2019, and that was the entirety of the Seahawks highlight package. AJ Tim Dillon wasn't concerned about Aaron Rodgers' COVID, just the hypocrisy of the face mask mandate, as his was grabbed multiple times on the way to 2 touchdowns. Mason Crofia Urestra continues to take a piss all over his own fans, but the Packers blanked the Seahawks 17-0.
In L.A., where Tyler the Creator Conklin points to an odd future for the Chargers as the oft-used tight end scored twice on Sunday. Larry David Roundtree was pretty good with his second half touchdown dance, but Justin Jeff Garlandson and the Vikings curbed the Chargers' enthusiasm as the camera zoomed in on Austin Eckler's drops. What? Raisin Brandon Staley needed more fiber to shit out the gross results from this game as the Vikings beat the Chargers 27-20.
Standing on a corner, Jameis Winston down in NOLA, such a fine sight to see. It's AD, he's back, he's old as fuck, no cap, and he's playing for Tennessee. Where's Tractorcito? He's got sore feet, but the Saints can't make any PATs,
Titans 23, Saints 21.
Whoa, Week 10, fastest 2 minutes, brought to you by our friends at Cross Country Mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage is much like us at Barstool, a people-first group of people. They are dedicated to the fundamentals of mortgage lending, which results in a fast, convenient, and less stressful home financing or refinancing experience. Rates are at an all-time low right now. They may never get this low again. So call today for a fast, free rate quote. Our partners will save you a lot of money. Call today and our friends at Cross Country Mortgage will give you a free home valuation that's free to you just for calling. So go to crosscountrymortgage.com/barstool to learn more about your future home buying experience or refinance your current mortgage. Cross Country Mortgage LLC, NMLS 3029, all loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Okay, Week 10 in the books. The Kansas City Chiefs are back.
Officially back. This was a weird week, but it's comforting to know that Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Because they obviously put him in primetime a lot,
and it's a great end of the day over bet to just sit back. That's how we did it tonight. We didn't want to bet on the Chiefs. We agreed as a unit earlier this week, no Chiefs bet, so we took the over, which is betting on the Chiefs without betting on the Chiefs.
Yes, and I still think something's a little off with him because we saw multiple times tonight where it's the deep throws that he's missing. He's missing them. Like there's guys running open. He's missed a few deep throws, and then he had the Mahomes magic where he threw that touchdown that should have been intercepted, where he makes an incredible play in the pocket to step up, throw it. But the Chiefs, like this is the first time I think this year that we can confidently say against a good team, the Chiefs offense looked like it was back. The Raiders, somewhere John Gruden is smiling because this is exactly at Hooters probably. Yes. This is exactly what his Las Vegas Raiders team was always destined to do, and that's start really fast, have everyone talk about how they're great, Derek Carr MVP conversation, dark horse, and then slowly the air comes out of the balloon. And again, the Raiders have had a ton of stuff happen to them as a team, but it feels like, and we'll talk about the playoff picture because everyone's still alive, but this was a chance for them to assert themselves and be like, yeah, we're still for real. We're going to be a playoff team. Now they're going to fight it out with a bunch of teams and, try to still win the West, but it wasn't a good performance.
The game was over when Deshaun Jackson forgot how to run to the end zone, and it was the most Deshaun Jackson play because he got wide open in the midfield, then ran directly across the field, out-sprinted Matthew to the ball barely.
Crazy.
And then caught it and forgot that the end zone is the one that he was initially running. He just kind of stopped in the open field.
Made no sense.
But that's the most Deshaun Jackson thing. He is the fastest person probably in history if you're timing his 40-yard dash between the two 30-yard lines. And then from 30-yard line to the back of the end zone, he runs like an 8.5.
Yes.
He hates crossing the goal line.
Hates crossing the goal line. But yeah, the game kind of changed on that. I mean, the Raiders were probably going to lose no matter what, but that was a significant play because he could have scored a touchdown, and instead it was a fumble going back the other way. I also, my other note from this game, the Chiefs' defense is kind of playing okay. Like, they're starting to... They're playing better than the worst. Well, and that's really all you need from the Chiefs defense is like, hey, can we find a way to not be the worst?
If you can get 2 turnovers as the Chiefs defense, that's all that they need. They do the break but don't bend defense a lot, which is fine as long as you get a couple turnovers in key moments. And Sorensen really had like the monkey off the back situation tonight. They just need to play against Derek Carr every week and have him throw up balls like he's playing 500.
Yes.
Those moonshots he was throwing, I could have intercepted those.
Yeah. They were
probably not.
Yeah, he did.
But that's definitely a play that you watch at a bar and you're like, I could do that.
Derek Carr a few times was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to throw it as high as I can. Mm-hmm. Pretty much the most interceptable pass you can possibly throw, where it wasn't like he threw it into the ground into no man's land. He was like, let me put enough air on this that someone who's on the other side of the field could possibly intercept this.
Well, his strategy is throw it so high that 2 people could intercept it and then hope that they defend each other accidentally from coming down with it. But Sorensen had a pick. Matthew looked pretty good out there. There was a pair of scissors on the field at some point tonight.
Yep.
Or a spoon. I heard somebody say it was a fork.
We're also getting, finally, it feels like we're comfortably in, because, it took a couple months with COVID last year, no fans. I feel like we're finally into the weird Raiders crowd. Like, they're back. Yeah. You know what I mean? We had some good crowd shots of weird-looking people doing weird things, and I appreciate that because the Raiders are one of the only teams that when you watch them, you expect there to be some weird shit going on in the crowd. Mm-hmm. And I don't want them to lose that just because they left Oakland. I think it's just a different type of weird in Vegas.
Yeah, they need some time to establish the culture out there. I'm shocked that we haven't seen any Elvis impersonators also wearing like the big shoulder pads.
Yes.
That would be sick. Get a football Elvis out there.
Yes.
And it just occurred to me, the scissors at midfield, you know what that is, right?
What?
That's where Mark Davis cuts his own hair.
Oh,
on the 50-yard line.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. There's a bowl next to it, too. We just missed that. But yeah, the Chiefs, you know what? I'm not going to say the Chiefs are back because...
Oh, I will. I'll say it.
No, here's the thing. I was just looking at their schedule. Next week, they play the Cowboys at the afternoon slot in Kansas City. If they win that game,
officially,
they are all the way back.
They're back.
They're back, and then you have to start talking about them as a bona fide, hey, we forgot about the Chiefs, now they're back.
Yeah, I think that they win that game.
Yeah.
I'm almost ready to say it. I might fuck around and say the Chiefs are back.
Do you want to see, the line's probably not posted because the Chiefs are playing right now, but a quick
Whose
game of
spread
guess
is
whose
it
line is it
anyway?
anyway? A quick guess whose line is it
In
anyway?
Kansas City?
In Kansas City.
I'm going to say Chiefs 1.
I was going to say Chiefs. I was going to say pick 'em. It's probably not posted. We did want to play a little guess whose line is it anyway with we'll do that later. Developing story. We'll see when you get that. Give us a breaking news.
I do want to mention shout out to Alec Ingold. He got hurt. Looks like an ACL. I think he tweeted out something about God being good, which is, I mean, that's an ironic thing to post right after your knee explodes.
Yeah,
but he's got a good mentality going in. Fullback. The most fullback in the NFL right now.
Yes.
I know he's a listener. Alec,
Badger for life.
Fullbacks, they don't get hurt. They get even.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'll be back. Let's talk about teams that are back going to the rest of Week 10 with leading the show, your Washington football team.
Let's go.
Who are officially back.
I don't know if I should say that the football team's officially back. I will say that I've purchased a second straw. I went on eBay, got a second straw, so I'm on my penultimate straw. I doubled my straw inventory.
I think they're back. So they beat the Bucs 29-19. The story of this game, well, here's why I think they're back. And obviously the NFC East is a little different this year because the Dallas Cowboys are very, very good. But the Washington football team's actually ahead of schedule.
So
last year, Week 10, they were 2-7.
Yeah, so they're improving on. Ron Rivera's building something year over year. You like to see improvement. I actually think that they've got a good chance to make the playoffs. I have a roadmap for the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
for the
everyone
football
does
team.
right now.
Here's the roadmap, and it's not insane to think that they could make the playoffs. They beat the Panthers next week, and then they win all their NFC East games, not including the Cowboys games that they have. So like 2 wins against the Eagles, 1 win against the Giants. And then I'm going to pencil them in at 0-2 against the Cowboys, unless maybe the Cowboys rest some of their good players at the end of the year. I think the football team can make the playoffs at that point.
Listen, every team, they did it in the Hunt graphic for the NFC, and it was just every single team except the Lions.
Yeah.
It literally was.
That's all I need. That's all I need as a fan. Just show me in the Hunt in November, and I'm happy.
The Bears are technically the 15th team out of 16. The Lions are 16, and they have the same record as the Seahawks, the Giants, the Washington football team, the Niners. Like, those are all 3 and 6 teams that have a chance to make the playoffs. But this game, so Brady was off, but the Washington football team deserves a shitload of credit for their defense showing up and that drive at the end of the game where they get the ball back. They're up 4 with 10 minutes and 50 seconds left, and they drove 19 plays, 80 yards, 4 third-down conversions, and a 4th-down conversion. It was like Army or Navy-esque what they did on that drive. 10-minute drive to win the game. That's man football.
10 minutes, 26 seconds, 19 plays, the longest drive of the NFL season. Taylor Heineke is officially back. Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't know what's going on with the hip.
I think they officially said he's out for the season.
There's the rumor that we first reported on Part of My Take that he hurt his hip at a water slide over the summer, started making the rounds again because looking at the injury that he had against the Chargers in Week 1, you're like, how is that an injury that's keeping you out for the year? I don't want to say it's true. I just feel like it's a fun one to talk about.
Yes.
I'm going to assume that it's true until proven otherwise. But Heineke looked good. We had good Heineke today. The only reason I'm not going to say that the football team is like officially back is I think Tom Brady looks old. He looked old today.
So he was bad
dinking and dunking.
He was bad in the first half. He was better in the second. He had a couple of nice drives in the second. Everyone knows that we are football experts. You come to listen to this podcast because we give you the most important information for your brains. And we love to play a game called Most Important Player. So for anyone who doesn't know, we basically, whenever you have a conversation at the bar and there's a best player on every team, you have to then say, no, you know who the most important player is? And then someone that no one's thinking about. So Tom Brady's their best player, right? Their most important player? I think officially we have to say it's Antonio Brown.
Oh, or Gronk. Antonio
Brown now, the Bucs are 5-0 with Antonio Brown, and they're 1-3 without him. He is the difference maker for Tom Brady and like how he wants to run an offense and the security blanket and the guy he trusts the most.
I think Antonio Brown gets most important player on the Bucs.
And he's Tom Brady's best friend. Still living together. I don't know if Antonio Brown's still making him breakfast now. But, they're a different team without him. The offense didn't look good. They didn't have any sort of deep threat. I don't know if it was the defense that the football team was playing, but Tom Brady just didn't pass the ball downfield at all.
He looked bad, and that was the worst loss in Tom Brady's career off a bye, which is also kind of crazy because how many byes he had? Like 22, and the worst loss is a 10-point loss. It was a 4-point game in the fourth quarter. Either way, the Bucs. I feel like the Bucs, we can definitely say you got problems.
Yeah, you got
There's
problems.
2 losses in a row. Vita Vea, we don't know what's going to happen. Chase Young, too, got hurt, was that a torn ACL?
The FedEx Field was a factor
monster,
today.
yeah.
The turf monster was back. They replaced the entire grass this offseason. But it's like, changing the paint on a shitty car.
Right.
That whatever ground that's buried on, it's some sort of haunted burial ground. I don't know what goes on in Raljon, but that's where ACLs go to die.
Yeah.
Robert Griffin, Joe Burrow, Chase Young, it looks like. But the defense played well. When Chase Young was in the game, they were also playing well on defense.
Yeah.
I think it's like Tom Brady cursed the Bucs since he fleeced his own fan base, since he went into the stands and got that ball back, took $500,000 out of that guy's pocket. The football team would never treat their fans with that level of disrespect.
Ever. But yeah, the Bucs, I officially, we'll talk about the greater playoff picture, but if you're looking at the NFC right now, going into this weekend, you'd probably put the Bucs in the short list. And yeah, they're still on the short list of teams that you could see going to the Super Bowl, but they're definitely not the top of it. Like the Packers and the Cowboys, and even
the Rams,
the Rams and the Cardinals, who we'll get to them. They dropped a stinker, but no Kyler Murray. Like if you listed them and power ranked them, I think the Bucs are probably 5 now. Just off the last 2. I mean, they went loss by loss. And Bruce Arians, that you could say like last year, kind of similar. They had this lull in the middle of the year where they're trying to figure shit out, and they finished strong and won the Super Bowl. Bruce Arians had like pretty much the same comments that he did last year, where he's like, we're lazy in practice, we're not executing. So they'll probably turn it around because you never doubt Tom Brady, but they did not look good.
Arians mixed it up a little bit in his postgame. He said that the team had a great week of practice, didn't execute on Sunday, and he said we're a very dumb football team.
Yeah.
So Arians doesn't mince words. I think that they're going to come out next week and smoke whoever it is they're playing. I feel like the Bucs are still a good enough team.
No, they are. They're not as bad
I'm not
as saying they're a bad team. They're just,
but they just ran into a buzzsaw.
I think it's more Vita Vea might be injured. Antonio Brown and Gronk can't stay on the field. Their secondary is kind of a mess. So it's more like, hey, guess what? This is the downside of bringing back your entire roster and trying to do it again and repeat. And a lot of guys are older or like injury prone at this point of their career. It's hard to keep everyone healthy.
It's tough when the guy that you brought in the middle of the season, the old veteran who really isn't good anymore, Richard Sherman, gets injured before the game. And then he can't play, and you're like, well, now who do we have? We have nobody left. Even our guy that was good isn't that good.
They have the Giants Monday Night Football, which should be interesting. Daniel Jones.
Brady hates the Giants.
I love Daniel Jones. I think they'll cover that.
Joey Sly, we got a kicker.
Yep.
Finally.
Pray there's no maiden cast for that one.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
They won't.
That's true.
They won't. Eli doesn't like to crap where he eats with the Giants. He knows that he has a check coming in for the rest of his life as long as he doesn't say anything bad about the Giants.
By the way, the Mannings have been like given a halftime ceremony at every game this year. Peyton at Tennessee. Eli has had it at the Giants and Ole Miss.
Well, they do.
I'm pretty sure Peyton went into the Broncos Ring of Honor.
Yes, he did.
And Tennessee, he got some kind of plaque.
Yeah, they're doing
Archie got some shit.
Arch.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
We've just
every single Saturday or Sunday, the Mannings have some kind of special ceremony.
The Manning family is the homecoming kings of America this year.
Space it out.
Yeah.
If you're Peyton Manning or Eli Manning, I would space it out. Be like, hey, you know what? Next year, let's do the Ole Miss thing. Next year, let's do the Giants thing, so that I can come out and feel special every single week.
Ole Miss will still have like a monthly Eli Manning celebration. Next year.
They did the end zones as Manning.
Yeah, that was
great.
Which was
crazy.
That was great.
But yeah, Washington football team, great win, big win.
Thank you. We're back.
Big upset win. Yeah, so they're back. All right, next game. Talking about contenders. The Tennessee Titans. Hank just did a... Hank, don't worry. Oh. We got a line.
I don't have a line. I do. Jax Mahomes was not in attendance tonight.
Oh,
Something to think
Trouble
about.
in
Trouble in
Paradise.
Paradise.
In Vegas, too?
It's just something to think
Is he
about. I'm not
21?
saying it's trouble in paradise. I'm just saying
Is Patrick Mahomes going the Aaron Rodgers model of cut off your family?
Ooh,
just so-
interesting.
I'm just saying it's something
By
to
the
think
way,
about.
I think that we should respect Aaron Rodgers for having the balls to cut off his family. That's tough to do.
I think it's more his family should be happy because Aaron Rodgers is probably a dick to be around. He should be in jail.
He could have gotten them all sick,
Right.
actually.
Exactly. So I think the family's not being like, damn, I really wish I was hanging around surly Aaron Rodgers all the time.
I'm saying more people should cut off their families.
All right, Titans Saints. Something you want to say before Thanksgiving?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not no one in particular. I'm just saying there's a lot of shit that's gone wrong in history because of nepotism.
Yeah. Titans Saints. The Tennessee Titans. They have now completed a run where they have beaten 5 teams that went to last year's playoffs. That last time that was done was 2003, the Philadelphia Eagles, who went to the Super Bowl. The Tennessee Titans have played so far the strongest schedule in the NFL. They beat the Bills, the Chiefs, the Colts, the Rams, the Saints. All those teams either have a top 5 offense or defense, maybe not the Colts, but the other 4. And now the Titans, after winning this game, which everyone kind of thought this would be like when the balloon pops, they now have the 32nd remaining schedule in the NFL. So the Titans just went through a gauntlet, won 5 in a row, through a gauntlet, 6 in a row, I think, but 5 against former playoff teams. And now they get to the back half of their schedule where they play the Texans twice, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, the Niners, big game against the Patriots. But the Titans are not only for real, they have everything in front of them to have the 1 seed come January.
I would think about resting my starters at some point if I was Mike Vrabel, because you can't have another injury, and there's no chance that they're going to get caught in that division. It's the Colts; they're next up, and I think they've 3 games back.
Yeah, the Colts.
So
the Colts are 3 games back
we're
right now.
Officially anointing the Tennessee Titans AFC South champions this year. So for everybody that says we
Gonna
don't
make
respect
Titans
the
fans
Titans,
so mad.
Well, no, I'm serious. For those of you who say that we don't respect the Titans,
There's a lot.
We're actually the first to crown them division winners.
I do want to say shout out to there was a Titans fan who got mad at me today because he said I don't respect him when all I've done is respect him the last 2 weeks. But someone summed it up perfectly and said the Titans fandom is getting mad that we're not respected, and then the minute we're respected, telling everyone they're jinxing us and to stop talking about the Titans. So
Well,
you whatever
gotta walk a fine line.
Yeah, right. We're going to just talk about them, and they're really fucking good, and they deserve a lot of credit. And yeah, Alvin Kamara not in. The Saints looked off.
And they missed 2 extra points.
And they missed 2 extra points, but the Titans have run a gauntlet, and they've beaten pretty much the fact that they went Rams Sunday Night Football, beat the Rams brains in, and then came home and played against the Saints where everyone thought this could easily be a letdown spot. Mm-hmm. They deserve all the credit. So I'm giving them all the credit. Jeffrey Simmons is an absolute game wrecker, which is the nicest thing you can say about a defensive lineman.
He creates chaos on defense.
Game,
he had 2 sacks
game
today.
wrecker. You got your game planned. He's gonna wreck it.
So I got a game that we can play. It's called Hey, Remember This Guy?
Yeah.
Hey, remember Julio Jones?
Oh yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
They're doing all this without Julio Jones. So he's on IR. I guess they're hoping to get him back later on this year. I don't know what's actually wrong with him.
I don't know. I have no idea. But I have the biggest piece of the Titans. If you're a Titans fan, why you should feel the most confident about your team. Not just the fact that Jeffrey Simmons is unbelievable, that Tannehill's playing great, that you're beating everyone that was good last year and some of the teams that are good this year. Ryan Tannehill, out of nowhere, is now getting Tom Brady calls.
Yeah.
That roughing
It's
the
such
passer.
bullshit.
But that actually is like the last piece where you're like, wait, Ryan Tannehill is getting respect now. The Titans are even more for real.
I would disagree that he's getting Tom Brady calls. That was more of this is a Saints call to go against the Saints.
Yes.
So the NFL obviously hates New Orleans, hates Sean Payton, hates everything that goes on down in the Crescent City. So they go out of their way to bone the Saints as often as possible. I'm not saying that it's the reason why the Titans won this game, but it had a lot to do with it. So
yes.
Ryan Tannehill I think he's actually just a very good quarterback now. I think I'm done doubting Ryan Tannehill. It took me 5 years for me to wash the stink of the Tannehill and the Dolphins uniform out of my brain.
No, but he's good.
But it's officially happened now.
And he's getting calls.
He's proved that it wasn't just Arthur Smith making the play calls for him, using the play action, the crazy ways that they were doing. He's actually just a very good quarterback. So here's respect to the Tennessee Titans. And Dante Foreman is like Tractorcito.
Yeah, I mean,
he's like a slightly smaller version of Tractorcito.
They couldn't really run the ball today, but they still that's the biggest credit to Tannehill, that they weren't able to really run the ball, and there were, their offense, obviously that the kick return fumble, that kind of changed, that tilted the game. That made it 20-6. That was a big fucking gaffe by the Saints. But yeah, the Titans are just good. I don't really know what else to say. Also, the only other note I had from this game was Trevor Siemian. He's like a watered down Peyton Manning or Manning family adjacent. His face, when he took off his helmet.
Let me look at his face.
Hold on, I got a picture for you. I took
Trevor
a picture
Siemian
for you.
Face.
I got a picture for you. I actually got this prepared.
Trevor Siemian face.
I was like, holy shit! He basically looks like a guy who would play Peyton, maybe a young Archie in a movie about the Manning legacy, and people would be like, yeah, you know what? I kind of see that.
Yeah.
It's his forehead. It's his face is long.
He's got the little half mullet going.
Yeah,
he's
a little bit of a dumb mouth.
In the Kurt Warner Christian movie.
See it?
He would play Archie Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is basically a Manning who if you made a simulation Manning, but you screwed up a couple of the codings.
If there's like a younger Manning who really looks up to Dana Beers, and he's like, I want to play lacrosse, and I want to look like the guy at Barstool that drinks beers and is back.
Yeah, his if there's a Manning who's instead of Omaha, he's saying Viva at the line of scrimmage.
Yes, the Stooley Manning
partying more than he actually studies the playbook. That would be Trevor Siemian.
Yep.
But he's got, I don't know. There's something about Trevor Siemian where it's like his face. And every now and then he makes a play where I'm like, is he just like a watered down Manning that got lost in the shuffle? Because who knows? I mean, who knows? The Mannings are everywhere.
A Manning that got put on a riverboat and just spent the last 20 years fishing in Mississippi.
Right. They will do a 23andMe, and Trevor Siemian will be like, yeah, we were brothers like 7 generations ago.
Wouldn't it be a wild twist, though, if it came out that Archie Manning, way back in the 70s, like spread his seat around a little bit?
But then that would also say
and Daniel Jones is actually a Manning?
No, you mean Trevor Siemian?
And Trevor Siemian.
And Daniel Jones, but
like
this would also...
a third of the NFL is populated by his genes.
It would prove that Olivia Manning is the GOAT.
Yep.
Because
absolutely.
when you have Archie and then a controlled experiment here with another female partner that created Trevor Siemian, and he's just not as good as the Mannings.
Yeah, it's like when Peyton was talking about his dad's stud fees a couple weeks ago. That would have had a different tune if he was talking about Olivia.
Right.
That would have been very problematic. But
that would have been.
Taysom Hill, again, Sean Payton, what the fuck are you doing? Taysom Hill had 3 rushes tonight. He had 2 passes. Why are we not using Taysom Hill more?
I don't know. He was used perfectly in like a pick play to score the touchdown that almost brought them to overtime. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, but he's using him in that respect.
He's a great pick player for sure.
Yes.
He's good at running into people. Just let him do it more often.
He's actually really good at not picking, but picking. Like it was perfectly designed that Taysom Hill is big enough and a little bit goofy enough of a runner that he can make it seem like he's not picking someone while also kind of picking them. But yeah, the Titans are for real. I don't know what to make of the Saints. I think they're a really good defense. I think they'll probably find a way to make the playoffs, but there's an obvious limit to what you can do when you have Trevor Siemian and, I mean, Michael Thomas, who knows where he is.
Oh, he's not playing.
Ever.
He's not playing this year.
Ever
Free
again.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, free Michael Thomas. Get him free.
He's not coming back.
All right. Next up, Hank, if you want to talk contenders, now's your time. Patriots 45, Browns 7. That was a absolute ass kicking.
I'd say it's a whooping.
It was a whooping, and guess what? The craziest part about this game is when did you show up today? Did you get
here? I was
here
early.
Okay, yeah. The first drive, it looked like the Browns were going to win the game because they were incredible. The Browns went 5 minutes, 11 plays, 84 yards, touchdown. The rest of the game, the other 55 minutes of the game, they had 133 yards. So it was like, oh man, this first 15 script is awesome. And then commence the whooping. Hank, Soupy I don't even think it's, like, you actually are planning your Soupy trip.
I know people hate, listening to me talk about the Patriots on this podcast because it's just there's an air of arrogance. All we do is win, blah, 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 blah. For the 20 years before these past 2 years, every Patriots regular season game, you're like, it's going to be a blowout. We're going to dominate. It's only a matter of time until the playoffs, and then once the playoffs start, then the real season begins. These past 2 years, obviously last year they were just bad, so every game was like, we don't know what's going to happen. This year, rookie quarterback, it was like every game was a grind. In the past 3 games, we're now back to like every game's just like we're going to dominate, and let's see what happens when the playoff starts. And I hate to say it, but that's just they dominated today.
Is this Bill Belichick's best coaching job, or is it still last year in the COVID
He is
year?
coach of the year right now.
Absolutely.
Mac Jones looks awesome.
Yeah,
Mac Jones looked incredible. He was like he was near perfect today. I think he was like 85%, 3 touchdowns.
Throwing it deep accurately.
I can't wait till Josh McDaniels. He's going to get another head coaching interview. He's going to get another job offer that he'll then accept, and at the last minute change his mind and go back.
Yes. Here's a fun thing to say that you can say about Mac Jones to make yourself sound football smart. Everything's on time.
Yeah, and
everything's on time with him.
Orlovsky posted one of those like all 22 videos where it's just like he's making unbelievable quarterback reads where he's like looking defenders off and hitting Hunter Henry touchdown in stride. Like it looks like a wide open touchdown, but if you look at the all 22,
he's
making some
even
crazy.
Better.
Yeah,
he's even better than it. He's a Dan Orlovsky cheat code award.
Yeah, and the defense looks unbelievable. Matthew Judon, unbelievable. Kyle Van Noy, unbelievable.
So it's soupy.
Yeah, soupy or bust.
Who are you most afraid of in the AFC?
I think the Chiefs.
You are?
The Chiefs, yeah. Like the Chiefs, the thing about the AFC Championship game, like the Chiefs, Patriots would be, intimidating.
Yeah.
They have some revenge they want. Mahomes, obviously.
Okay.
Some unfinished business.
So not a concern about the Bills?
I will let you know about my concern about the Bills
our friend Josh Allen
after the 2 games in December.
Okay. Yeah. And then not a concern about the Titans?
No.
Okay. Wow.
Wow. With a laugh, with a chuckle.
And the Ravens? Jets. Yeah, Jets. Ravens?
No.
Okay.
You know what the real story coming out of this game was?
I mean, yes.
This whole weekend, really. This was the weekend of the Alabama quarterback.
Yes.
Is Alabama now QBU? You've got Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, and Tua.
All 3 won. You want to play Guess Whose Line Is It Anyway for the Falcons?
I did find out what it was when I was looking for the other one.
So
Thursday night?
Patriots play at the Falcons on Thursday night. I'm going to say 3.5.
I'm going to say
Patriots minus 3.5.
I'm going to say 5. Weird number.
It's Patriots minus 5.5, which is what I was saying earlier when we were talking about it.
Are you going to take them?
Absolutely.
Damn.
Smart.
Okay.
Also, no one's talking about how this was a revenge game for Bill Belichick against the Browns.
Yes, it was. That was the last time the Browns beat the Patriots. Was when
with
the Browns,
Belichick.
Yeah, in New England was with Belichick.
Damn.
In like 1992.
The Browns are filled with all sorts of those like weird, depressing stats.
Yeah.
I think them and the Lions you can look up. Like somebody said earlier today, the last time the Lions, what was it? They
haven't won the North in like 30 years.
The last time they won the North, it was closer to the Vietnam War than it is today.
Yeah.
Time, it's weird, man.
The last time they won the North, it was the Central, and the Bucs were in it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know. The Bucs. Yeah, no, that definitely is. Look up when the last time they won the North. I want to say it was like 91, and it was not the North.
Did we find anything out about what happened to Myles Garrett and Mac Jones? Did he get a chance to take out Mac Jones at all today?
I saw them laughing. Like Mac Jones got hit and they were kind of laughing with each other. I don't know what that was about.
Central 93.
93.
Close to Vietnam.
And the Bucs were there.
Dude, fuck people that are saying that was a dirty hit. If it was a dirty hit, he would have got fined. Fact or fiction?
I don't know. It's the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fact or fiction?
I mean, they find who'd they find with the untucked jersey, but they didn't find Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, was it
CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
CeeDee
No,
Lamb?
they did. They fined them both.
Oh, they did?
But not as much as they find.
Yeah.
No, Aaron
because
Rodgers
they
was
both
not fined as
committed
much.
things that were wrong. Mac Jones did nothing.
Okay, we'll see.
Nothing wrong.
No,
How
we did
thinks he-
see.
No, Mac
It's,
Jones.
it's the media. It's the media that's blowing this all out of
It
proportion.
is. It's Patriots fucking haters.
Mac Jones looked incredible. I mean, you can't say anything about especially the fact that the Browns coming into this game. Obviously, Nick Chubb wasn't playing, but
D'Ernest Johnson's still good though.
D'Ernest
I think he's
Johnson's still good
on the first drive.
And,
he looked like he was
the
fucking
Browns
Jim Brown.
the Browns are definitely one of the teams that at least at some point this season has been talked about as an AFC contender. That I don't know where they go from here. If it's just a burn the tape kind of game.
It's the most unusual division in sports. They're all good, but they're all liable to be
They're all
like
bad.
the worst team on any given weekend.
Yes.
We should take some time out to acknowledge Jacoby Myers.
Yes.
First touchdown.
Yes.
We did it. We got Jacoby in the end zone.
I think now that I'm thinking about it, the AFC North is essentially just the Big Ten West this year, where it's like Purdue and Iowa and Wisconsin. Everyone's losing, but also has big wins, but also kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then they'll just go to the playoffs or the Big Ten championship game and get the shit kicked out of them by a real team.
I still feel like the Ravens are the best team in that division. I'm just discounting what happened.
They lost to the Dolphins.
Anytime it happens on a Thursday night, it's like, okay, that didn't really count.
That was so long
I know
ago.
the game occurred, but that does not factor into my weekly power rankings I do in my brain.
I think that was also Lamar Jackson. I didn't realize he was getting his number retired at Louisville on Saturday.
Oh,
so maybe he was thinking ahead.
Yeah, trap game.
Something to think about. But yeah, the Browns throw it out, start over. I don't know. That was as good as the Bengals win was. That's how bad this game was. But guess what? I guess the Browns, a good note for them is they have the Lions next week. So get right. And then you have a big matchup against the Ravens, I think on Thanksgiving night, maybe?
I love that. I love the Ravens under the lights.
I believe it's Thanksgiving
that black
night.
uniform really slaps, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
will
think
be.
so.
I think it's Thanksgiving night. No, it's
I think
not.
the Thanksgiving games kind of suck.
Bears, Lions, Raiders, Cowboys, Bills, Saints.
Yeah. Those
Bears
are all
Lions
like
gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad.
those all
Bills,
suck.
Bills on Thanksgiving, that's kind of cool.
It was sick when they played the Cowboys.
Cowboys, yes. I'm sorry, yes. The Browns play the Ravens on Sunday night after Thanksgiving, so that will be their big. Like if they can win that game after beating the Lions, they're back.
Is Baker okay?
Whoa.
Oh, you think the Lions are going to win? I'm done predicting Lion wins.
I mean, the Lions are coming off a
Let's get to 'em.
emotional
Yeah.
tie.
Let's go. The dumbest game of the Sunday, the game that wanted. I mean, watching that gave me a headache. The Lions 16, the Steelers 16, and here's a fun little stat: 16 punts total. That's how fucking bad this game was. No one wanted to win it. I don't know. It was just gross. The whole thing was gross. Pat Freiermuth fumbling at the end sealed the tie for the Lions, who I think the Lions won the tie.
Oh, they absolutely won the tie. This was a statement tie for the Lions.
Right.
It was a lost tie for the Steelers.
Right.
The best part of the game was the coin flip for overtime. The Lions win the toss, and the guy that they sent out there, their captain for overtime, started celebrating like he just scored a touchdown because they won the coin toss. It was amazing.
Did they win
All
the
the
coin
momentum.
toss to start the game? Did you see that stat? The Lions were actually, someone compiled all the stats. I'll find his Twitter to shout him out. He compiled all the coin flips this year. The Lions were actually 0-8 on coin flips as well.
Oh, shit.
It's incredible.
Tails never fails. That's all you got to do.
But did they? Yeah, there it is.
So they won today.
Did
No,
they?
this doesn't. This
This
is before
doesn't
that.
include.
I
We
can
got to
check
find
for
out if they
that.
won today. Because wouldn't it be perfect if they lost the opening coin flip, but then won the overtime? So it's a tie.
Yep.
So they're actually another tie.
I wish you could tie a coin flip. That would be pretty sick. If it just lands
I'm
like
sure the Lions would find a way.
They'll figure it out.
This
Standing
game
up.
was so stupid, though.
Dan Campbell took over play calling this week for the
Yes.
Lions. That was the big difference. And if you weren't able to tell while watching the game, looking at the box score afterwards, you should be able to figure it out pretty quickly.
Yes.
Because they ran the ball like 3 times as much as they passed it.
They ran the ball on 3rd and like 15.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's run it. And DeAndre Swift, for Lions fans, DeAndre Swift is good
And not a murderer.
and not a murderer, as first reported by Billy Football.
Yep.
So he's good. That's exciting. Big Ben, we should talk about Big Ben. Big Ben
he okay?
self-reported COVID. So there's two thoughts here. Immediately I was like, he's self-reported because he didn't realize he'd have to sit out. So he probably was like, I have COVID.
But it's
just want to
mild.
add this to my list.
Just got a touch of COVID.
And they're like, hey, Ben, that means you can't play. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I would like to rescind my
I
self-report.
want to be the first to play in a game
Yes.
with COVID.
And then my other thought after that is, of course he has COVID, and of course he's self-reported because, of course,
Well-
he needs to add something like what do you get a man that has it all, that has all the injuries? You get him COVID.
Well, what really happened was exactly what we predicted and saw in the cards earlier this season when Big Ben hit his hand, like glancing blow on a defender's helmet right after Russell Wilson had his finger injury.
Yes.
Where Big Ben sees a quarterback have an injury, he's like, oh, I got that too.
I got that too, yeah.
He saw Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers,
go
yep.
through it last week. He's like, yeah, I think I've got that too.
yeah, I
So-
got a cough.
Exactly.
So I think I have COVID.
Yeah, so hopefully Big Ben's okay.
Yes,
see,
so
Lions
they won
did win the coin
so they
toss.
did. So they won the coin toss in regulation, and then they won it both. Okay, so they're off the schneid on both accounts.
They're on a 2-coin winning streak.
And they didn't lose a football game today, which is big. That's one step closer to winning a football game.
To win in the NFL, first you have to figure out how not to lose in the NFL. I think Trent Dilfer said that.
It was I was hoping that Mike Tomlin had an awesome quote after. He actually handled it pretty well, and he said he told the team afterwards, "I acknowledged the fight, but I didn't congratulate them for it."
Acknowledged,
which is
it,
actually exactly like, hey, I just would like to say right now, guys, you played a game today.
I think just
that's it.
The players going home having to look themselves in the mirror and understand that they just tied the Lions
is perfect.
Punishment enough for them.
It's so perfect.
He's like, thank you, you went out there and you played football today. And that's something that you can be sure of.
Yes, but did you?
You did play some football, yeah. Najee Harris looked good today, as usual.
I don't know what the Steelers were doing when their first drive of the game. I think it was their first drive. They marched down the field. They were throwing it. The Lions secondary is a mess, and then Mason Rudolph. I don't want to feel old. Today is actually the exact 2-year anniversary of Mason Rudolph assault.
Is it really?
Yes.
On that Thursday night?
2 years ago.
Last year didn't happen as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I
2
wiped
years
that
ago.
from, no longer thinking about
November
that.
14th, 2019.
Najee Harris wins the Donovan McNabb Award for not knowing that ties exist in the NFL.
Always won.
How do you not know that ties don't exist anymore? I feel like ties are so common, and if for no other reason, then it becomes a massive news story when a player doesn't know that a tie exists.
Right.
That if you play football, you should understand that ties exist.
Yeah, I mean, it's every time whenever there's a tie, someone's like, "What the fuck?"
McNabb, right?
McNabb was. He had. I'm going to look it up right now because it was very, very funny quotes.
I'm
afterwards.
acknowledging the tie, but I'm not congratulating it.
Yeah. But this game was so, and I think there's usually when a game leaks into the late afternoon, like there'll be one game that for whatever reason will end at like 4:45. And usually it's a good thing. You know what I mean? Usually you're sitting there and you're saying to yourself, this is fun. Bonus football. It gets us all the way to the 4:25 kickoff. This is cool. Like it feels like the morning slate is still happening. This was the opposite, where I had a headache watching this game towards the end.
It becomes, this fucking game.
Yeah, this is brutal.
Every week there's definitely one, this fucking game. And this was big time, this fucking game.
And we put the sound on.
I would rather have 2 TVs on one of the afternoon games than to be reminded that this football game is still occurring.
Yes.
I do like Pittsburgh Steelers fans once the weather starts to get a little bit colder. I think they're the best fans in the NFL at layering, at putting on bundles of clothes.
Yes.
It's like them and the Packers sometimes. So the Packers have good fans when they get on their like deer hunting camo and you see like the day glow orange or the high visual orange mixed in with real tree camo in the stands. Steelers fans, though, I don't think that they even give any thought to putting on black and gold on their outer layer. They put on all the jerseys underneath, a couple Pittsburgh Steelers hoodies, and then just whatever coat is closest to their door when they go.
Steelers fans are like a redwood tree in the cold, where like if you cut a redwood tree, you can see how old they are. If you have a Steelers fan who's in the cold, unlayer, it's like, oh shit, you have a Franco Harris jersey under there? Like you're 70 years old.
Yep.
Oh shit, you stop at Heath Miller? Okay, you're in your late 20s, early 30s.
New guy.
That's how you can figure out
blood.
their age by the unlayering of a Steelers fan. I found the quote. It's even better than I remembered.
McNabb?
Okay, so he said, I've never been a part of a tie. I never even knew that was in the rule book. It's part of the rules, and we have to go with it. I was looking forward to getting the opportunity to get out there and try to drive to win the game. But unfortunately, with the rules, we settled with a tie. I guess we're aware of it now. In college, there are multiple overtimes.
Fact.
And in high school in Pop Warner, I never knew in the professional ranks it would end that way. I hate to see what would happen in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember that. If there was a tie in the Super Bowl.
You know what? There could be a tie
There should
in
be
the playoffs.
There should not be a tie in the playoffs, but there should be a tie in the Super Bowl.
No, I think there should be a tie in the playoffs.
How
and just
amazing-
try to figure out who advances.
Well, here's how you figure out who advances. It's very simple. It goes back to when you're a kid and you end up anything with a tie. One of the teams, they stay at midfield and they're like, I want to keep playing. Do you guys?
Whoever
And
touches
then-
their nose first.
And then if the other team is like, no, we're good, that team actually lost.
Whoever's mom calls them home for dinner.
Yeah, no, there should
Game
be
over.
There should be a tie in the Super Bowl. I really
hate to
how
see-
confusing would that offseason be if there was a tie in the Super Bowl?
It's so
Does it
unbelievable.
have it be like a Braveheart style war between the two fan bases to
Oh
figure
my
out who wins?
God. I hate to see what would happen in the Super Bowl and in the playoffs. I remember that it was dumb. I think this happens pretty much every time there's a tie. We're reminded of the quote from McNabb, and it just shocks me every time I read it. So I look forward to forgetting it and then next year having a tie and getting to go back down this memory lane.
But it should be like like an NHL shootout tie where I feel like the Lions got the win in a tie.
Yes.
Today. And
No,
the
they did.
Steelers
They got the
Steelers
point.
got the loss.
Yeah,
in a
they got
tie.
the point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dan Campbell, the fact that your first non-loss in the NFL as a head coach is a tie is just so perfect.
It is perfect.
He's getting there.
I was saying after he's going to cry out of one eye. He only allows part of him to be sad. Is he
single tear.
happy? Do you think Dan Campbell's happy after this?
I think he's not happy in front of his team, but privately, yes.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be the first team to go 0-17.
Yeah, feeling nothing after a game is better than feeling the dread of another loss. And how you're going
and
to
I think it's just
turn that around.
the idea that he would go 0-16 as a player and then 0-17 as a head coach. That had to be weighing on him. Now he can go 0-16 as a player and 0-16-1 as a head coach.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're going to have two teams that have the
Yep.
-1 at the end of the records, fucking up our brains for the rest of the season. That's what's going to make the AFC North really weird.
Yep.
Once it gets down to the end and we're trying to have to figure out these scenarios with the Steelers having that tie hanging around.
Yep. All right. Next up, what a game. What a tie. But next up, a true clowning. Bills 45, Jets 17. Mike White, you should have stayed injured, dude. We tried to give you the playbook. You had a small window where you had an incredible game against the Bengals. You were okay. You kind of moved the ball a little bit against the Colts. You should have stayed injured. You had an injury. You then decided to come back, and you threw 4 interceptions, and you might have played yourself out of league when you could have just been like a backup forever if you had just said, ow, my arm after the Bengals game and gone on IR.
Do you think that Zach Taylor is like, or Zach Wilson, excuse me, is pumping his fist, low key?
Although Joe Flacco came in 3 for 3 and a touchdown.
Yeah, well, that's Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Billy, you got clowned.
That was a shit pumping. The Bills shit pumped the Jets.
You got clowned too.
Sounds like you're in clown denial right now.
I'm in clown denial. Kansas City definitely clowning. Definitely clowned the Raiders.
No, we're talking about you.
Yeah, don't deflect.
Clowntonio.
We're talking about the Bills and the Jets.
Shit pumping.
And
Just
a clowning.
a very solid shit pumping.
Was it a sunning?
I think it was a clowning at the end when they were still scoring. The Bills were still scoring with like 8 minutes left.
But it wasn't funny.
Oh, it was funny.
It wasn't funny.
No,
Am I
actually,
jaded?
I'll tell you one thing that was very funny.
4 interceptions and
Yeah,
0
yes.
touchdowns.
But
Here's
It's
what was
not
funny.
Hilarious
Here's
stat
what was
line
funny.
for a quarterback.
When we were watching the game, so there was, I think, 7 games early slate. So we had to do 5 games live and then the red zone in the top left. And the Bills and the Jets didn't make the red zone cut, or didn't make the regular TV cut. So they were in the red zone. They would just flash, and it would be Mike White, and I'd be like, Mike White! And then it would be an interception. That happened 4 times. That was very funny. Everyone was a witness to it. I would say his name out loud, and then it'd be a pick. That was funny. Clowning.
You have 2 Mr. INTs on your team.
Seriously, though, if you didn't watch this game live, you just saw it on Red Zone, it was even funnier because it was just Bills score, and then they'd flash it to Mike White throwing an interception, then Bills score, then they flash it to Mike White throwing an interception. It happened 4 times. Very funny.
Well, we all know that New York is Bills country. They are New York's team. They're the only
Yes.
team in New York. I think that today the Bills just took ownership of New Jersey too.
But you know what's good news?
What?
That Zach Wilson actually might be good.
Why?
No,
How?
What?
Because Mike White
Is bad?
was bad, so maybe it's not just Zach Wilson.
Oh, maybe it's the entire
whole team.
room. Maybe it's the team. Yeah,
Which could get
unravel
better.
that
No,
for us.
I agree with Billy. I actually do think that it's
it's
just
a
the
spin
Jets.
zone.
So the
The
Jets
system
just
is a complete
suck.
The Jets
disaster.
are bad.
Yeah, so once we
That
get
is
some
good
This is
news.
groundbreaking
Okay.
news. The Jets are just bad.
So it might not be a quarterback problem. So we could have a quarterback in the future.
It's
we
a
just gotta
franchise
build,
problem.
Build the
Now it's
franchise.
back to Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Zach Wilson still could be good.
They've identified
Right.
the problem, which is
It's
the
the
first step to
Jets.
fixing
You
it.
gotta
It's the
change
entire
the-
team.
Yeah, the organization, top
exactly.
to bottom.
Controlled variables.
Right. But
Switched out quarterback. other quarterback throw.
But you got a bigger problem than you thought.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But we also have draft picks, right?
Do you?
Yeah.
In the
I
future.
think so, yeah. In the future,
I
somewhere.
guess so. I mean, they
Jim
certainly
Blitz boys picks.
They haven't spent their draft picks on good players, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they're out there
Also,
somewhere.
we're rotating the defensive players out in a weird way, and our good players are just not on the field.
Well, here's a fun stat about the Jets.
I noticed that too.
The Jets have now allowed 175 points over their last 4 games, the second most points ever given up by any team in a 4-game stretch since the merger.
Yeah, but wait, how many of those points were when their best players weren't on the field? All of them.
A majority of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, majority.
All of them.
Maybe they should try putting their good players on the field.
Yeah. They're there.
Who are the good players on the Jets defense?
Williams, both the brothers. There's a lot of good players.
There's good
They
players.
make big plays.
I don't like the fact that you're still in denial that this was a clowning.
It was a shit pumping.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, you were driving during the game. You didn't see.
Well, I was listening to it on the radio.
Right. So, but it was a clowning.
You don't get the full appreciation of what a clowning it was just through listening to them.
When you
Well, that's how they used to interpret it.
When the only time your team on offense gets flashed to in the red zone is for interceptions, it happened 4 times. That's a clowning. That's a clowning.
I wonder if they have a red
Their
zone.
touchdown score at the end, they didn't even put it up on red zone because it was Joe Flacco. The game was over. Clowning.
Do you think that they have a red zone for radio? That would be the most confusing ever to listen to.
For it's very sad that I know this. They do for college football because I listen to it when I'm in the car on Saturdays because they just jump around. It's actually awesome because they jump around to the local broadcast, so you hear like the guys in Baton Rouge or the guys in Knoxville or the guys in West Lafayette just motherfucking their team.
I would be so perplexed listening to that, trying to figure out, because my brain it usually operates on like a 3-minute delay.
Yeah.
And so I'd still be thinking it was Purdue when it was LSU.
No, it's great. I listened to the end of Oregon Stanford. This is sad that I'm saying this, but I did have money on the game, and it was the Oregon refs, and they were like losing their minds over calls, screaming because local radio, there really aren't rules because no one's really listening to like those broadcasts. I think most people are watching on TV, so they were just losing it. It adds a nice flair.
Well, also you can say whatever you want on radio because the people that are listening, there's like 5 steps in between you hearing something that you're offended by, and then having to look up where to write the letter, and then sitting down, writing the letter, and then putting it in the mail. You can't email somebody that you're listening to on the radio.
Yes, I actually listened to some of Michigan State on the radio. Dan Deerdorf does that. He's retiring, I think, after this year. But those guys were the kings of he's loose, like holy here he goes, and they'd be like, and for a 4-yard gain, which is brutal to listen to when you have money on a game. But yeah, the Jets got clowned. The Bills. That's exactly what you needed from the Bills. Like, if you're a Bills fan, you needed to have this clowning. Stephon Diggs was incredible. Josh Allen looked back. You needed this for your soul because last week, losing to the Jags, that hurt. So you come back and you have a great performance against a really bad team, and you march on.
So what do you want, Billy? Do you want Joe Flacco? Is it Flacco time?
I think keep Zach Wilson on the sidelines. You can't destroy his confidence.
So just never have Zach Wilson play again. That's the only way that he can avoid
Till the
stink
franchise.
of the Jets. Yeah.
Until the franchise gets a little better.
Okay, got it. So maybe keep him on the sideline for like 3 years, 4 years,
maybe.
Give him the Aaron Rodgers system. Let him really sit behind a bunch of really shitty players and let them get infected by the Jets, and then bring him in once you have some stability.
Exactly.
Got it.
All right, before we get to the next game, PFT, you had a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about our great, great friends over at Simply Safe. I love Simply Safe. Simply Safe is the best home security system in the world. If you've ever wanted to make your home feel safer, there's no better time than right now. And this week, our friends at Simply Safe are giving Pardon My Take listeners early access to all their Black Friday deals. So these are great deals. It's 50% off their award-winning home security. 50, half off. We love Simply Safe because it has everything you need to make your home safe. Indoor and outdoor cameras, comprehensive sensors, all monitored around the clock by trained professionals who send help the instant that you need it. It's named the best home security system of 2021 by U.S. News and World Report. You can easily customize a system for your home online in minutes, even get free customization recommendations from Simply Safe. It's the biggest discounts of the year. 50% off. You can get a complete home security system starting at just over $100. That's so cheap. Just over $100. You get a complete home security system with no long-term contract, no long-term commitments. It's a really easy way to start feeling a bit more peace of mind. SimpliSafe is everybody's favorite home security company. I'm no exception. Setting up technology is usually a huge hassle, but with SimpliSafe, they can get you up and running in no time at all. You'll sleep better at night knowing that you and your family are protected day and night with SimpliSafe camera, with a built-in spotlight and night vision. That's just cool to look at. Take advantage of SimpliSafe's early Black Friday deals. Get 50% off your new home security system. Just go to simplisafe.com/PMT. simplisafe.com/PMT. Get 50% off your entire system.
Okay, next up, talking about clownings, Cowboys, Falcons. Cowboys 43, Falcons 3. We actually I think a few of us had the Cowboys in this game, and we talked about it on Friday. This one, I think a lot of people saw coming. You had the Cowboys coming off of a bad loss, the Falcons coming off of a big win. You also had Mike McCarthy playing Brotherhood Bingo.
Dude, Brotherhood Bingo is a game changer. We got to start playing that
play
with
some
our lottery
Bingo.
machine.
Yes, yep. Brotherhood Bingo, which if you're not familiar, Mike McCarthy has a bingo machine, and he draws a random number, and then he has someone who's attached to that number a player come up and talk about themselves. Builds the Brotherhood. Brotherhood Bingo. And the one thing we didn't talk about, Dan Quinn revenge game, which I actually think is real because I missed this going into the weekend. But Arthur Smith said that the football is not a game for soft souls, and they got a lot of the soft souls out of the team.
That's a shot across the bow.
That's a shot across the bow. And then I saw Dan Quinn, probably the most offensive timeout you could ever take. The Cowboys were up 36-3 going into halftime, and they had one timeout. It was first down for the Falcons. The Falcons were on their own 30. The Cowboys basically stopped them for like an 8-yard loss running the ball. They called the timeout. There was no reason for them to call a timeout.
Just to make them think about it.
Just to make them have to do something again. Because that's how bad they were kicking their ass.
They're in such pain, they wanted them to stay on the field and think about the wamping they were getting.
It was so mean.
Yeah,
that was Dan Quinn. That was a soft souls comment.
I actually think that if you give Dan Quinn a head coaching job tomorrow, he's a different guy. If you let him continue to wear his hat backwards.
Yes.
I think backwards hat Dan
and stay
Quinn
up in the booth.
Is completely different from forwards hat Dan Quinn on the sidelines. Yes. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's uncomfortable standing at his job. A lot of us are. I know that. And so if you can just put him up in a booth, have him practice during the week, do whatever he does during the week like a normal head coach, but just put him up in his Sky Judge suite, let him wear his hat backwards, I think Dan Quinn could be a great head coach right now. I would hire him tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Bingo Brotherhood. We have to get involved in it. I think we said this feels like a watermelon game.
It was a Bingo Brotherhood.
He did one better and played Bingo. I like to imagine that Mike McCarthy has just a big lottery machine that's filled with like the cheese balls that you get at Costco, the giant barrel of them, and then he just manually with a Sharpie writes the numbers on those, and then for each one he takes out just pops one into his mouth. I fucking love it. I as a football team fan, let me be the first to say that I think the Dallas Cowboys could win a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, no, they're good.
The most complete team. When they're playing well, they're the most complete team in the NFL. That's not just offense, which is good when Dak's healthy, not just their defense when Micah Parsons is creating havoc. That's his job title, by the way. Dan Quinn says, I just want him to create as much havoc as possible on the field. And he does. But also their special teams. They blocked 3 punts this season. Here's a fun stat. Guess how many punts they blocked during the Jason Garrett era? So that's 10 years. They blocked 1 punt. They blocked a punt.
Yikes.
From 2010 to 2019, they blocked 3 this season.
That's crazy.
And I'll never understand why teams don't just recruit the fastest guy possible. Maybe he sucks at football, who cares? But just put him on the end during a punt or a field goal attempt and be like, okay, you're the fastest man on earth. Yeah, just all I need to do is run from here to there and try to block a punt.
And I think we all kind of pretend that we know special teams third of the game, right? Yeah. But you kind of forget about it. And then the really good teams at the end of the year, you're like, oh, they're really good at special teams.
Yep.
Like the Colts, we're going to talk about the Colts game. The Colts won that game because of special teams. Their offense was bad, and their special teams made a big play. The Falcons, Matt Ryan, I love that Matt Ryan in a game that was so out of hand that Josh Rosen played, Matt Ryan, in a tribute to Josh Rosen, submitted a Josh Rosen stat line. So Matt Ryan went 9 for 21 for 117 yards.
Hell yeah.
That's a Josh Rosen stat
Tip of the
line.
hat.
2 interceptions, and then Josh Rosen came in and threw another interception.
On his first pass.
Yep. I still think he could be good. I don't know why.
I wish so badly that we had that on a live shot when Josh Rosen got into the game, because I would have live bet interception on the first pass and probably cashed it big time.
I don't know why I said I wonder why I think Josh Rosen could be good. I know why. It's because of that UCLA comeback against Texas A&M like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's my entire opinion is based on him on that game.
And also he had a hot tub in his dorm room.
Yep.
That's a winner.
That too.
Stephon Diggs got another pick.
Or
not Stephon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs had another interception today.
Yep.
I still think he should be mentioned in the MVP conversation
He
right
did
now.
get burned pretty bad last week, but that's okay. He have off weeks.
Yeah, we're burning that tape.
I have a fun stat though for the Falcons fans who that was a demoralizing loss off of a big win in New Orleans last week. The Falcons, believe it or not, as bad as their defense is, they have not given up a 300-yard passing game to an opposing quarterback.
Even today,
because Dak sat the whole fourth quarter. He had 296.
Okay, yeah.
I went and looked. They've played against a hilarious group of quarterbacks. So Tom Brady, obviously the best of all time, he headlines it. But the group of quarterbacks they played against: Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, Taylor Heineke, Zach Wilson, Tua, Sam Darnold, and Trevor Siemian. I would guess, what do you say, like half of those guys won't be in the NFL in 2 years?
Yeah,
Like,
give or take. It's pretty bad.
That's quite a list.
It's pretty bad.
And they also have given up, so they're really good at playing just the tip with 300. They gave up 290 to Taylor Heineke.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up 266 to Daniel Jones, 291 to Tua, 276 something. I don't know what it is, but the Falcons just won't let you get 300 yards. They'll lose, but they won't let you get 300 yards, which, like, isn't that a Belichick thing? Like, you got to eliminate one thing.
Yeah, no, so I'm thinking that it's definitely them picking a stat that if you look at it over an entire trend of 40 or 50 years, you can say, like, okay, if you give up more than 300 yards passing,
you lose.
You're going to lose 80% of those games.
Yep.
So we're going to do whatever we can to not give up that many passing yards and just get fucking gashed in the running game against everybody.
It's just great. Trevor Siemian had 250.
Yeah.
Like
it's like saying, like, if you run the ball, 70% of the time, you tend to win the football game.
Right.
And it's because, if you have a lead, you're going to run the ball.
Or if you have time of possession,
exactly.
right. It's because you got a lead. Right. But, I just love that stat. I think that's just, I hope the Falcons go the entire season without giving up a 300-yard passer. That would be awesome.
The only thing I'm worried
also,
about.
like the Tom Brady game, he threw for 276 with 5 touchdowns, but he didn't give up 300.
The problem with the Cowboys being this good right now is they're running into a lot of situations where it's Dak Prescott still in the game in the fourth quarter, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you doing, Mike McCarthy? Please sit him. Mike McCarthy likes to keep him in at least 2 series too long in each game that they're blowing people out.
Yes.
He's got to figure that out. You got to figure out, okay, maybe even take him out in the third quarter in some of these games.
Yes, absolutely. I also am very excited. It feels like the better the Cowboys do, the more wins they start racking up, the more confident they get, the crazier Jerry Jones is going to be, which I look forward to. He's going to start saying shit that he's wanted to say for a long time.
Well, and he's probably also not going to fire Mike McCarthy, but he really, really wants to fire Mike McCarthy, so he'll continue to do things like talk on the radio about how he told Mike McCarthy how to win this football game against the Denver Broncos and then was completely ignored. And then Mike McCarthy has to get questions asked to him about Jerry Jones going on the radio and saying he's a better head coach than he is.
Yes.
I want that to continue to happen. But I still I think that there's a good chance that if the Cowboys don't make it to the Super Bowl, let's say they make it to the NFC Championship game, they lose 40-35, I still think Jerry Jones is going to fire him.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's like Super Bowl or bust for Mike McCarthy.
It's when you lose a big game and you see Mike McCarthy and he's a fat, like, he's holding a watermelon in one hand and a bingo machine in the other.
Right.
It's hard not to be like, dude, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Colts Jaguars. I guess this is one of those, like, are you an optimist or a pessimist in life if you're a Colts fan? Because the Colts won. You got to win your games in the division, but they didn't look that great, and the Jags outgained them, and the Colts passing game was not good. Carson Wentz did not look good, but they got the big special teams play and they won the game. So how do you look at it? Like, that was actually a bad performance by the Colts, or you win? A win is a win, and you just keep moving forward.
Well, if you're Chris Ballard and you're like, well, I know that Carson Wentz has played in 95% of the snaps, 96% of the snaps. Coming into this game, and Carson Wentz is like, you know what? My wife is going to be having a kid on Sunday. Fuck it, I'm still going to the game. Chris Ballard's like, come on, man. Like, even this weekend, just give me, like, this would be a perfect weekend. We're playing the Jags. Just don't show up. Let me get those percentages down a little bit so we don't have to ship off a great pick to the Eagles at the end of this year. But if I'm a Colts fan, I'm happy.
Yeah, no,
as long as you keep winning. The turf gets worse and worse, by the way.
It's so bad on TV.
It's awful. And the roof was closed, so you didn't even get as many of the direct shadows and weird sunlight angles as you usually get when it's open. But it is a very strange looking field.
It's a weird field. Obviously the Colts should be happy. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. I walked away from that win, that the Colts win, being like, they didn't play that great, and like they were able to run the ball in the first half, then they weren't in the second half. They needed that block punt for a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence had the ball, could have won the game. They got a strip sack, so their defense came up big, and they've got a defensive line that's playing well. I don't know. The Jags are one of those teams now where if you don't beat them like a drum, you got to kind of question yourself. But maybe not, because maybe the Jags are just fighting. I don't know. Urban Meyer, every time they show him on the sideline, he looks sadder and sadder.
Just staring at the grass.
Sick. Yeah.
Just looking directly down at the area in between his feet. Like if he was 90 years old, he's looking at where his ball sack would be.
He's so sad. So sad. And it gets so like it. I don't feel bad for Urban Meyer ever.
No.
But there's definitely moments where I'm like, maybe he does have health issues.
The problem is, I never feel bad for Urban Meyer, but occasionally I feel bad about feeling happy about feeling bad for Urban Meyer.
Right.
So he's getting there.
Right. He's when I see him and I laugh, there's a part of me that's not like you shouldn't laugh. It's like that laugh was maybe went a little too long.
Yeah, it's a little too loud.
Right.
Like you're feeling too good about this for some reason. I think that's called our conscience, actually.
Yeah, it's creeping, but then I just shut it down. No, that's Urban Meyer. If he had his way, where he'd want to be right now is knuckle deep in some 21-year-old's ass.
Yeah, I mean, who amongst us?
Right.
Given the opportunity.
Instead of coaching the Jags. But the Jags are fighting.
I wouldn't want to coach the Jaguars either. I kind of sympathize with that.
They are fighting. I got to give them credit for fighting.
This was a preview of the Big Ten championship game that's going to take place in that building in about a month, because at one point there were 6 punts in a row with no first downs.
Love it.
Zero first downs, punt.
That's football,
punt.
baby. Sometimes it feels good to punt. Sometimes it feels good to punt. All right.
Shout out Jonathan Taylor.
Yes.
Best running back in the NFL right now.
He had 107 yards in the first half. I don't know what happened, where they either went away from him or they just weren't able to run it, because I think he only ended up 116. So yeah, their offense was not good in the second half. But yeah, a win is a win. All right, so we're giving credit to the Colts for a win is a win. 5-5, they're absolutely in the playoff picture. They absolutely have everything in front of them. Probably going to be tough for them to win the division, but in the AFC, like a little bit above 500 should get you in the playoffs.
How do we feel about Frank Reich as a head coach? I was kind of on the fence about him, but he just changed up his look recently. He's got those thick glasses, the like thick black spectacles. I think now he looks like he's got a little more edge to him.
Yeah.
He's got a little shit to him. Like, you don't know if he could kick your ass or sell you life insurance.
I like him. I think he's one of those guys that, he's had success winning that Super Bowl, being part of that Super Bowl winning team, that you can just, if you say like, oh, he's a bad coach, like, yeah, but the Eagles.
Count the rings.
Yeah, like that whole thing. That was cool.
Yeah, Nick Foles. Yeah, right. I won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
Yes.
That should be the one and only line of his obituary when his time comes.
Why not? All right, Packers, Seahawks. I don't know if you guys heard this, but Russell Wilson, a miracle that he came back.
Incredible.
A miracle. I love NFL media when they get an agent obviously sends a presser to everyone at the exact same time because we got bombarded with it this morning. It was like I saw there was actually an article that said Russell Wilson's comeback a borderline miracle. Then Rappaport and Schefter both got on TV and they're like, Russell Wilson rehabbed 19 hours a day. It's incredible that he came back from this broken finger. At one point, I thought maybe Russell Wilson was paralyzed and then he now is walking again. That's how they were talking about it. He had a broken finger, and his job is to get back on the field. Of course he rehabbed 19 hours a day.
It's like,
and also, that's bullshit. Like, that's clearly counting sleeping.
Well, best comeback stories, Jesus, Ryan Shazier, Russell Wilson having the tip of his little finger broken. And maybe he shouldn't have come back. That's the thing is like...
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have.
Was it a miracle or was it just Russell Wilson disobeying the advice of his doctors?
Well, no, his doctor cleared him because it was a miracle. It was a miracle.
It's a very fine line because the doctor's not going to be like, yeah, I will physically restrain you from going out there and playing with a slightly broken finger.
Right.
But it's just like maybe you shouldn't go out there if your job is to throw a football with touch and with accuracy when your middle finger is broken.
Yep. First time in his career, 150 starts, that his team was shut out.
Yep.
So
I mean, he wasn't good today.
No, he wasn't.
He was awful.
The Seahawks offense did not look good, and their defense held up pretty strong for the majority of the day. A.J. Dillon turns out the guy with like quads that are the size of tree trunks.
The quad father.
He can actually move a pile.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
The ball. They're shocking they didn't give him the ball in that game against the Cardinals.
Yes.
Like that's what he does. A.J. Dillon from Boston College.
Yes.
Right? Maybe best football player ever from Boston College. Him and Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie.
No,
Tom Waddle.
I'm going to give it to what?
Luke Kuechly.
Oh, yeah.
Kuechly.
They've had a few. I'm a prisoner of the moment right now. And anytime you see a running back that's got, like, his legs are legitimately the size of saplings. Like, there are plenty of trees in America out there.
Probably Matt Ryan.
I would say bigger than 70% of trees.
It's crazy. So much
Packers
like
defense is really good.
So much like you talked about the Cowboys, I am officially. It is November 15th because it's crossover into Monday. No big deal. We're still here. I'm officially nervous that the Packers might have enough to actually win a Super Bowl this year.
Aaron Rodgers might be holding him back.
I'm worried. He should be in jail. I'm worried. Usually I can see something in the Packers where it's like, nah, they're fraudulent in some way. It's been their defense for the most part. Maybe their lack of weapons every couple of years. I'm officially worried because they're winning games in different ways with their defense, with their run game. I don't know what I'll do. If they go soupy,
well, the
I
good
might go
news is,
suey.
well, if they go soup season on you,
Write that down.
if they go soup season on you, Aaron Rodgers is probably going to retire after that, right?
Yeah,
So
but
you
I
should
don't
be-
know.
you should be rooting
I
for
don't
them to
know
win a
if I
Super
can
Bowl.
deal with him winning a Super Bowl
You
for
should
the
be rooting
Packers on the way
because-
out because there's also that whole like, and this is going to sound like loser talk because let me be frank, I'm a loser. The fact that Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer and one of the best to ever do it and has only got one Super Bowl is something nice that I can hold on to.
Yeah.
And I can talk about and I can be like, yeah, how many? Oh, he must have won 1 million. Oh, he only won one.
I guess the
I
question-
I do that a lot.
The question becomes, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers win one more Super Bowl and then leave for the rest of your life? You don't have to see him on a football field ever again. Or would you have him get to an NFC championship game, lose again, and then get to 2 more NFC championships
And lose again?
And lose again 2 more times, but he beats the Bears twice a
well,
year.
that's obviously that's
the
a
next
given.
3 years.
I think I could deal with him for 2 more years if it meant that he lost
Super
3
Bowls.
straight NFC
It is a
championships.
pretty
Because then
big
it gets
chip.
very funny.
It's a pretty big chip to have over his head. Be like, you've lost a record amount of NFC championship games.
right, like the old like, is it better to love and loss than never love? Like I would be going to that many NFC championship games and losing. That to me, take your Super Bowl away.
Like he's
eventually becomes diminishing returns.
At that point, he becomes the GOAT loser.
yeah, right.
Like the all-time loser. in
And
the
really,
NFL.
the only reason he won a Super Bowl is because Jay Cutler's knee broke in half.
That's true.
He
Just
barely
the
could
fact.
walk again.
Oh, do you think that Bortles, when he went for his little job interview out in Seattle and they refused to give him the job,
Revenge game.
kept the playbook, brought it with him to Green Bay?
Yep. Absolutely.
I think it absolutely
We
happened.
know our guy Blake. He definitely would do that.
Blake. If nothing else, Blake is a guy that will keep every single playbook and study them very hard.
Yes.
And he's got a photographic memory, and he'll tell them to anybody that he talked to. This was also a revenge game for Hank against the weather.
Yep.
Because Hank, I agree with Hank because when the day started today, they had all those crowd shots. They had the stadium shots of Lambeau Field.
Wait, you're getting ahead of this because wasn't it PFT that got you hyped about the weather?
All the snow.
So you're getting ahead of this.
I'm saying I feel used. I feel used by the NFL because they flooded my timeline this morning with snow flurries and,
But then you
and pictures
propagated
of the
it.
stadium.
Yeah, you did
no, they
propagate
used
it.
me as a patsy. I was a sucker.
They didn't know. You used yourself.
You
No.
could just look at the weather app.
Listen, I was not going to look at the weather app. I saw a football field being covered in snow. I got
You
excited
sure that wasn't
about
the
it.
tarp?
It might have been a tarp. But the eggplant emojis were flowing.
Damn it.
I felt good. Snow football makes you feel alive when you see it.
We had some flurries.
And then they fucking take the tarp off the field, and there's no snow at all. It's the greenest grass in America.
Yeah.
Snow football is the most beautiful sight in the entire
tweeted
world.
that?
Yeah, I did, and I also I did 2
Yikes.
tweets.
Basic
I did that,
PFT there.
and then I just did the eggplant emoji because I was getting a boner from all the weather, all the precipitation.
Not horny.
Not horny, just for weather. I get horny for weather sometimes.
I was told to take the Snover. Good thing I didn't.
Whoa.
Didn't have a chance.
Damn. That would have been bad. Yeah, this game was ugly.
The funniest part though was actually 2 funniest parts. Pete Carroll not being able to find a challenge flag, so he threw his Motorola.
It was like a computer mouse.
Yeah,
I think he just walks around with a computer mouse.
He emptied his pocket.
I could see Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll definitely gives the energy of a guy that leans over you, like when you're at your desk.
Uh-huh.
So he definitely just walks around with a mouse that just hooked up to every computer at the facility.
Yeah.
He's like, here, let me help you out here. Let me click on this.
He just figured, I guess if you throw anything at a ref's feet, then it counts as a challenge flag.
Yeah.
I guess he's probably right because they gave him the challenge,
Yep.
which he then lost.
Lost, yeah.
Terrible challenge, by the
Terrible.
way. It was an all-time. It was a Vic Fangio moment. Like,
Yeah.
I wish that play didn't happen. Let me challenge it. Maybe it'll be different on review. And then the second funniest part was Carlos Dunlap throwing the shoe, as one does if you're a University of Florida graduate.
Unbelievable.
I think you should be allowed to throw a shoe. I know that you're not. I learned that last year.
But you should.
But you should be allowed to throw a shoe. If somebody does not tie their shoe and it comes off and you're on defense, you should be able to do whatever you want with it. That shoe is your possession.
Yeah,
now.
kick it off the sideline. Who cares?
Yeah.
I think you in basketball you can just kick. I've seen players just kick each other's shoes when they come off. to
Yeah, that's
fuck
why
with each
Nike
other.
stock went so far down.
Yeah, Zion. Mm-hmm. That's true. All
Wait,
right.
Billy, are you allowed to throw another man's shoe? Tell me about shoe possession law. Because that shoe technically belongs to the team, not to the player,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Well, does it belong to the team or does it belong to Nike?
It depends on if it was team issued
Are
or
you
custom.
renting shoes from Nike or are you owning them?
Well, technically, success is due every day.
I don't actually want to do this. This would be like 25 more minutes. What did we even argue? Oh, the ball. Yeah, that was a low point.
Yeah.
That was
that was
a low
actually,
point.
I was happy to see Billy so passionate about something.
Yeah.
The other funny part of
But
this
it
game...
also was, I remember when we talked, when that happened, I was just like, yeah, do we really care? Because Mike Evans...
I kind of cared.
Yeah, he gave the ball, and then he got it back. Yeah, so this game sucked.
DK Metcalf got thrown out twice.
Yeah.
He got kicked out, and then he tried to sneak back onto the field.
Free our guy.
Free DK. Although, I don't know, it's fun. I wish that if you really ask the ref, please, come on, just let me play.
Yeah.
They should let you.
Absolutely.
Although DK is probably...
Say sorry.
Yeah, say sorry. Just apologize. DK's the last guy I think that could ever sneak anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like
He's a very...
His silhouette. I would be able to recognize his silhouette anywhere.
Not exactly sneaking by anyone. All right, before we get to our last three games, you got one other ad, PFT, then we'll do Football Guy of the Week and Who's Back of the Week.
Yeah, Roman. I want to talk to you about our great friends over at Roman. Most guys have tried different ways to last longer, but thinking about snow football doesn't always work. The folks at Roman, an online men's health company, are changing the game with Roman Swipes. It's the secret to longer-lasting sex. Roman Swipes are a clinically proven way to last longer in bed. They're effective, easy to use, fast-acting, but they don't require a prescription. Roman can ship swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging. Each Swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. They're super easy to use. Just take the swipes out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry, and you're good to go. That's it. Go to GetRoman.com/take. You can get your first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. That's GetRoman.com/take.
All right, last three games, Vikings, Chargers. Vikings get a big win. Credit to the Vikings. They have been right on the. We talked about it last week that maybe you just are what you are. They were up by 3.5. The Chargers start the second half, go right down the field, score. You're thinking, oh, same old Vikings. They had multiple times for it to be same old Vikings, including Mike Zimmer, 4th and 2 at the end of the game, being like, I could kick a long field goal, or I could try to go for it and salt the game away. He actually does I'm going to go for it and ice this game. Vikings deserve credit. That's a big win. But my question coming out of this, and I know Vikings fans are going to get upset about this, I'm saying it's a big win, big road win. Are these wins against the Chargers counting as big wins because the Chargers are kind of free-falling?
Yeah, so Chargers definitely panic button city right now. I was early adopter of the Chargers being like the best team in the AFC earlier this season. They kind of stink now.
Yeah.
They Justin Herbert
3 out of 4
looks like garbage. He had 195 yards passing today. They only ran for 82 yards.
No, they don't look good.
Defense is sus. That
very
defense
sus.
is very sus right now.
And we like Brandon Staley. He's been on the show. He did the smart thing of having some quotes go viral. But yeah, they're kind of in a like free fall. Not a free fall because they did win against the Eagles last week. But 3 out of 4 is bad, and they haven't been able to score like they were able to score in the first month and a half of the season. And their defense is not getting any stops.
What the Chargers do is they just on offense, if they need an answer for any question, their answer, you know how like you're taking a test and you're like, just guess C. Right. If you don't know the answer, it's always C. That's them, but it's Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen on fourth down.
Always Keenan Allen.
Yeah, go for it on fourth down, Keenan Allen.
They just force feed you. They foie gras goose style shove Keenan Allen into your system, and you're like, you're going to enjoy this, get fat as fuck off Keenan Allen. But if you're playing a good team or a team that's playing well that day, then they can eventually learn to either limit that or shut it down entirely. And when you don't have Eckler doing anything on offense, it becomes an issue. When you can't run the ball. When they're running the ball, then they're a very, very, very good team. But when they can't do it, they're sus.
And turns out they don't have a home field advantage either, which kind of sucks for them.
Yeah, is Boltman still around? Boltman just popped up for like a week.
It was a fraud Boltman.
And then he left.
Oh, yeah, it's selling his costume?
No, there was an actual Boltman, and whoever owns the Boltman uniform also owns all the IP. We saw that when Boltman was selling it.
Yep.
He was selling the entire persona. On Monday Night Football one time this year, Boltman was there.
Yes.
It was actually Boltman in the stands. I haven't seen him. I haven't heard hide nor hair from Boltman.
No, and they have Steelers next week, which that will be at home, which is going to be, I don't know, 85% Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like it just sucks for them because every single team that comes into town, if they have a good fan base, it's not a home game. Mm-hmm. And yeah, they're definitely panic button is out for the Chargers because everyone, and myself included, was falling in love with the Chargers at the beginning of the season, and they've looked bad.
Credit to Kirk Cousins. He played well today.
Kirk Cousins, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
They had maybe the sickest pick play that I've ever seen on the goal line. Who's that tight end that caught 2 touchdown passes? He had like 2 touchdowns for 1 yard.
Conklin, yeah.
Yeah, Conklin had 3 catches, 11 yards, 2 touchdowns. Great stat line from him. That was the sickest pick play. I think he had Derwin James just absolutely lay into the other safety that was out there. Took each other out big time. That was fun to watch. I've noticed that Kirk Cousins was wearing the white wedding ring today, as opposed to the black one. I would love to see a breakdown. If somebody can give me a breakdown of when Kirk Cousins wears the white wedding ring, how much better he is than when he wears the black one.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure that's the good one.
It was also driving me crazy watching this game because Kirk Cousins played well, but the Chargers' rush defense is bad. You should just run on them all the time.
Yeah,
and every time Dalvin Cook, it felt like he was just gashing them. So Vikings good win. Credit to the Vikings. You're all the way back into the playoff hunt. I think they're I think they would be 8th right now with some tiebreakers. So they're knocking on the door. They're like right there. Yeah, they're 8th with tiebreakers. And 9th or 7th is just a rotating door right now of the Panthers and the Falcons. So I would say the Vikings are probably the strongest team of that group of teams that are sitting on the outside right now.
Yeah, the record doesn't tell you how good the Vikings are. And don't get me wrong, we're not going to start sucking Kirk Cousins' dick full time on this show.
No.
But
because it's so maddening to watch him because he doesn't ever he'll always just check down.
We've always said that they were going into this week, they're a very good 3-5 team. I don't know what your power rankings were like for the 3-5 teams, but I imagine the Vikings.
I might have thrown some salt on them.
Oh,
yeah. I think people were very upset about it, but that's okay. That's your problem, not mine.
Mike Zimmer, make your own power rankings, right? Mike Zimmer's got a little belly going right now, which I like. I think that shows you that he's not concerned about all this other frivolous stuff like taking care of your body. He's focused full-time on football right now.
And he's got a girlfriend, I think.
He's got a girlfriend, so he's getting fat and happy. I love that. But
why not?
I feel like he's put on a good 35 pounds in the last couple weeks.
Strength.
Looking good.
In some societies, that's strength.
It means that, you're comfortable enough to be able to afford the finer foods in life.
Right, exactly. You're not going to die in the cold of winter.
Yeah, he's starting to. He's packing on his hibernation calories. Right, he's swallowing his Red Man instead of spitting it out.
It's perfect. All right, so credit to Vikings, big win. They are definitely. If I had to put my money on it right now, I'm going to say Vikings will be in the playoffs. All right, Eagles Broncos last 2 games. Eagles Broncos. Eagles have definitely found something offensively. I said that last week watching them play against the Chargers. Like they finally realized that Jalen Hurts is really good at running the football. They actually only attempted 3 passes in the entire second half, which is I was looking at the box score. I was like, wait, what the fuck? But they got out to an early lead. Devontae Smith is awesome. His elbow brace is ridiculous. I've never seen a wide receiver have an elbow brace
like
that.
J.J. Watt.
It's like Gronk, yeah. He also is the first Eagles receiver to have multiple touchdowns in a game since 2014, which seems like a long time for an Eagles receiver.
Well, then I realized it's Eagles receiver. It's like,
right.
Who is it going to be?
It was Jordan Matthews in 2014. But the Eagles are another team where if you're like they're 4-6, they're in that grouping. You can definitely. The best part about this 7th seed in the playoffs is like you can convince yourself that your team is still in this thing all the way till past Thanksgiving. It's actually great because if you look at it, the Eagles have played the Chargers close last week. They go and they beat the Broncos in Mile High. They've got a little something going on offense. I actually can kind of see myself being like, maybe Jalen Hurts is the guy if you put enough around him. I don't know.
Well, the thing you can say about Jalen Hurts is he appears to be getting better every week.
Yes.
That's a good sign.
Yes.
It's a combination of them knowing how to use him on offense, but also he's just playing better. He's not throwing those like crazy interceptions that he used to be. He's not throwing the ball out of bounds as much as he was in the past. He just looks comfortable now.
Yeah.
So he's definitely getting better, so that's something you can at least be happy with if you're an Eagles fan. And then there was the big come on man situation in this game, which, by the way, I feel like come on man really did a disservice to America's youth growing up watching it on TV because it highlighted the worst plays.
Yeah.
It's like, I can get on TV if I suck at something. Teddy Bridgewater.
Business decision.
That was a what the fuck, man play on Darius Slay's return.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen a bigger business decision than that. And I understand why you don't want to, like, throw your body into some guy on a fumble return.
Fake it.
But just lay down. All you have to do is just like lay down and pull the Phillip Rivers move. Just lay on your back.
Whiff.
Yes.
A whiff is better than what he did.
But the fact that they were down by 7 points going into the end zone.
Yep.
They get the 4th down, and then you have an opportunity to limit that return and stop them from making it a 14-point game, and you don't even try. Just, you know what? It's not a good look, Teddy.
It's not a good look.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, you still have time to delete this, Teddy.
Yes.
Yeah. That's definitely what people are replying. I was just looking at it. The Eagles are another team. They have five games left in this season against the Washington football team, the Giants, or the Jets. So they played both the Giants and the Washington football team 2 times each, which you'd have to say right now are coin flip games. Like all those games are coin flip games. So the Eagles, if they win their coin flip games, they could be in the playoffs as well. I fucking love the 7th seed.
That's what it comes down to in the NFC East is whoever wins more of those games. The Cowboys are going to steamroll people.
Right.
But if you can win all of your coin flip games, if you can go like reverse Lions with your coin flips, then you should be able to make the playoffs.
All right, last game. Panthers, Cardinals. Panthers fucked the Cardinals up. Cam Newton is back. Cam Newton was so back, he did like the perfect, it was like the Gordie Howe hat trick. Cam Newton had a rushing touchdown, a penalty afterwards for the celebration, a short passing touchdown, and a key pass interference because he underthrew his receiver.
There you go.
It's like it was a perfect, it's like the Jimmy V. Like if you don't laugh,
cry,
come,
all that stuff in a day you didn't live. That's Cam Newton's day.
Yeah, laugh, cry, come, shit.
Right.
That's a great day. Cam is going to start next week, I think. They're saying that there's a good chance that he starts instead of P.J. Walker next week against the football team, going up against Ron Rivera. That'll be a fun game to watch. P.J. Walker, by the way, has never lost a game that he started. He's 2-0 now.
Yeah, that was an objectively cool moment for Cam to be back.
Yeah, and as we said going into this weekend, we had our Colt McCoy game already.
Oh, yeah,
we
he's good for one.
Yeah,
and that was
the perfect Colt McCoy game.
Also, the big news from the Panthers, like, they destroyed the Cardinals. Another game that we kind of saw coming because the Cardinals had an emotional win with Colt McCoy against San Francisco. But Chris McCaffrey is, like, that was the first time where you're watching the game, you're like, oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey's better than everyone on the field. Like he's been injured so much. Last year, he missed most of the year, and he was injured this year. This is the first time that I remember in 2 years where I was like, oh yeah, Christian McCaffrey's incredible.
Do you think that there's a cooler combination of hair than when Cam Newton throws a touchdown to Robbie Anderson?
No.
I think that's the coolest hair combo.
That is right there. Also, fun stat that I didn't. It's crazy to like see it in front of you. Since 2010, Cam Newton is second in rushing touchdowns, all positions.
Well, he's the best short yardage threat in the history of the NFL. Like him and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And obviously Tom does his on just exclusively quarterback sneaks. Cam Newton, when it's like 3rd and 3, 4th and 3 or less,
the power,
he's never going to get stopped.
He was Adrian Peterson has 79, Cam Newton has 71.
Yeah, since
2010. That's a lot of touchdowns. But yeah, the Panthers, another team that's alive, and the Cardinals, I think you just throw this out. That was a bad game.
Yeah, you can throw it out. You didn't have your guys in there. Streveler was getting significant minutes in the second half. That's never a good sign. Is he still wearing the crazy Cam outfits?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Well, I think
that's
Cam,
good today. That's going to be an issue when they start losing games, and the backup quarterback is dressed way swaggier than the starting quarterback.
Cam Newton has. I think he's trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records for most bracelets worn on a wrist at a time.
Yeah.
It's insane how many bracelets he fits on his wrist.
LeBron does that too. LeBron's pretty good at that. Oh, he had the top hat going today.
Nice. Top hat.
White coat.
Swag.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
He looks like the doctor that oversaw Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
What is that?
Who knows?
Frankie Louvu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we know him. All right, let's do Football Guy of the Week. Football Guy of the Week brought to you by Chevy. Football Guy of the Week brought to you by Chevy Silverado. Chevy Silverado, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. If you're looking for a truck, if you're trying to be a truck person, the Chevy Silverado is the way to go. Football season is in full swing. It's time to up your tailgate game. And guess what? The available multi-flex tailgate with 6 convenient configurations will give you a step up on your tailgate game. There's a primary tailgate, which opens up with the push of a button on the key fob or from inside the truck. The inner gate folds to a large step for easily getting in and out of the bed. And there's an easy access configuration where the inner gate folds down, allowing you to reach farther into the bed. It can also become a desk or a surface for your tailgating meal. The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Thank you to Chevy, our wonderful sponsor, Chevy Silverado. I think we're going to be driving a Chevy Silverado to L.A. Chevy Silverado, it's truck guys, it's football guys. It is the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Billy, Football Guy of the Week. I told Billy before the show started that, so let me back up real quick. Billy texted PFT and I on Saturday night, again, two Saturdays in a row, being like, hey, is it okay if I come in late on Sunday? And I was like, yeah, fine. Who cares? And then he's like, I've already done all my work. I was like, you didn't have to lie. And then he rattled. I know you didn't lie. He rattled off his 4 football guys. Yeah. So he'd already decided the football guys like on Thursday.
Well, Billy understands that on Saturday, if the boys are sufficiently buzzing, then he doesn't have to come in until 5 the next day.
Right.
And so the boys were without a doubt buzzing last night, right?
Undefeated and buzzing.
They were buzzing. But I told Billy before we started the show, if there's one football guy that if he omits, he straight up didn't do his job.
And this one's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. And we'll see if you have it. So he's been nervous the whole show. It's a no-brainer because this is the definition of: do you do your job on Friday and hope that nothing new happens, or do you actually follow along on the weekend and give us the true football guys?
Well, that list was from Saturday.
Okay, so let's see. Let's jump
it
in.
may have been
There's no
updated.
football on Sunday.
Yeah, let's see.
But it's been updated since I got here.
Okay. All right, this will be interesting.
Congratulations to Cordarrelle Patterson for last week's winning
nice.
regarding the 3 positions
By the way,
and 3 jobs.
I whispered to PFT before who I have in mind, so he knows it, and he also agrees no-brainer.
Absolute no-brainer.
That if you don't do it, you didn't do your job. So let's see. This is thrilling now to see if you actually get this.
Okay, so first on the list is our friend George Kittle, who after fumbling last week walked around the facility with a ball in his hands. Nick Bosa also commented that he used to sleep with a ball when he was a child.
Okay.
Every night.
So is that a double?
No, that wasn't a double. It
was a bonus fun
bonus,
fact.
little
Okay.
bonus comment.
Good
George
football
Kittle.
guy, 0 for 1.
I know. Okay. So this one,
thrilling. This is thrilling.
This one I didn't want to put on the list because I thought this wasn't a football guy, but as you can see, I'm under the gun here. Carson Wentz said that if his expectant wife Madison goes into Labor Day, decided he would still play for the Colts.
0 for 2.
Okay.
Football guy.
We have said on this show before that if you're a true football guy, you plan your sex.
Exactly.
In the
These
offseason.
are not bad football guy nominees, by the way. They're just
I know.
not
Well,
what
I got
we're
two
saying.
more. I got two
you
more.
got 2 more.
Okay,
Got
okay.
2 more to redeem yourself.
Okay, I think
This is. Are we nervous in this room right now?
Okay,
I'm
so
nervous for Billy.
I'm
I don't
very
think
nervous
he's,
for
I don't
Billy
think he's got
because
it.
it's a very easy one. That if it's very easy.
I think all of us tweeted about this one over the weekend.
He's gonna go look.
Yeah.
Okay, 3.
man.
It's on your plate, right?
3.
Jim Harbaugh coached through getting his pants lit on fire by
Okay.
a sideline space heater.
Yep.
He continued to coach with his pants
On
burnt.
fire.
His pants burnt off.
Yes, that was awesome. Jim Harbaugh is back. That was a huge win for Michigan. We'll talk about it on Wednesday what it looks like for the college football playoff. 0 for 3.
That was a good one, though.
That was a
I
very
agree.
good one.
He should definitely be on the list.
Yeah, he absolutely should be nominated. Oh, boy.
Okay, I'm going to give this last one.
Yeah.
But I would like to say I put some extra ones just in case.
Okay. All right. Got it.
He's scrolling through our tweets.
Yeah.
I basically-
is he
I
actually
had
scrolling through our tweets?
No. I had a couple high school ones that
Okay.
now that I
That's
know.
not what we were-
I know.
yeah.
Well, one's actually D2 college, but
Okay.
we'll get to that.
All right.
This one was DK Metcalf coming into the game after getting ejected. Okay, can I read the other ones?
Yeah, read
right
the other
around,
ones.
came
I'll give you
back
as
in.
many choices as you want. Seriously, you can have unlimited right now.
This one isn't it, but Timmy Malinowski.
No, that was it. You got it.
You fucking got it,
Timmy Malinowski.
dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, Timmy Malinowski.
That was the one.
Hell yeah.
linebacker. He was the diesel engine.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, that was my first one on the list, but I
Yeah.
admitted it because I thought you guys would be like, "Oh, it's not a high school football guy."
No, we're joking with you right now. That's
It's
not,
not
the
Timmy
one.
Malinowski.
Well, anyway, he's
fell
a
for that.
diesel engine mechanic.
All right, so the one we were looking for.
Let me.
All right,
let me
keep going.
Timmy Malinowski. He's a long snapper for Pittsburgh State. His team's bus broke down. Little did they know he was also a diesel mechanic. Fixed the bus up, got into their game.
That's a good football
Gritty.
guy.
That's actually unreal.
Yeah, that's a really good football guy.
Maddox
Timmy Malinowski.
Sargent, an O lineman from Lena High
what's his
School.
name?
Maddox Sargent. And he shaved his number into his leg hair.
Okay. Wow. Did he put his
And
number on in the back of his minivan too?
And then the last one is actually a football gal, Jake Fromm's wife, who helped him remain warm in it when he was on the COVID-19 quarantine list, and he was seen on the field throwing routes to his wife.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I like that.
All right. So the answer we were looking for was an all-time moment on Saturday at the Indiana Rutgers game.
Okay, the
Where
guys with their shirts off.
Yeah, the
You
bros.
don't
Yeah,
pretend
but
to
that's
be
not.
dudes.
Yeah, but that's not. That's That's not. They don't play football.
It was dudes rocking at a football
That's
game.
dudes
The best.
rocking. That is not
it was
football.
a flash mob of dudes watching football together with their shirts off.
It was the best
those are
form of
football
mass
guys.
That's
hysteria that I've ever seen in my life.
No, those are football guys.
Football guys.
Those are football guys.
I think those are football guys if it happens at a
Okay.
football
Dude, when
game.
you're
You know what?
watching Indiana football get the shit kicked out of them by Rutgers and you all start going to the upper level of the stadium with your shirt off to just fucking rock out
like
football
moths
guys.
to a flame.
Anyways,
You see
It was an all-time
massive
moment.
amounts of respect to the first two guys that just went up there and took their shirts off and were like, "Hey, you want to go to the upper deck, watch football, and just let our tarps
just
off?"
be hanging out with our tits out.
And then there was a second group that saw that and was like, "Yo, let's go link up with bros."
Yes.
And then it became a mass movement. So how many people were up there?
there was like probably
thousands.
1,000 people. Look at that.
Insane.
Incredible. And Indiana is really bad at football this year.
I know. Well, look, who's back of the week? Guys being dudes, not football guys. Anyway, so the football guy throwback of the week.
But shout out to those Indiana guys. That was an all-time moment. So fucking funny. Like, very, very well done. And it's one of those ones that, like, I'm sure people will try to recreate it. It was
Never as cool.
natural. It was genuine. It was funny. It was awesome.
all-time moment, and that's in the Dudes Rock Hall of Fame.
It really was, because it doesn't work in any other, like, it works in very few stadiums where it's empty. You're getting
It's gray.
shithoused
The sky was a perfect color of gray.
Yeah, you're getting shithoused by Rutgers, and you're just like, dudes rock. Let's fucking go watch some football with our boys and our shirts off.
Yep.
Shout out to, what was his name? Tyler Malinowski?
Malinowski.
Timmy Malinowski.
I hope he wins now. He's in the poll.
Legend.
I'm
That
gonna
was
put him
awesome.
back in my
That was an
lineup.
awesome moment.
Top of the list.
Yes, put him back in.
No, dude, he was a diesel mechanic.
Yeah,
But that
sweet.
did happen on
Diesel,
Saturday.
not just a regular mechanic. Diesel mechanic.
Every team should have one of those.
That did happen on Saturday.
So
though.
throwback football guy. Actually, this week in 1993, a football coach, in an attempt to shock his players into being combat ready and having a pregame mentality, cost himself his job when he staged a shooting attempt on himself in order to motivate his team to win. So apparently this coach put together a skit with some of the theater kids and had himself shot in the cafeteria before a huge game for his guys.
Love it.
His name was Dale Christensen, and on it he said, "I had tried this on my wife for an April Fool's joke, but knowing my reputation for crazy stunts, she wasn't affected at all. That's why I tried for more realism this time, except this was an errant lesson plan that went awry."
Fucking perfect.
At
That's a football
Libertyville,
guy.
we put a
it's
premium.
Libertyville. Yeah.
Put a premium on
Shout out Adam
psychological
Abdallah.
stamina. Every person has deep physical reserves, and it takes a strong mental perseverance to tap into it. To expose the athletes to this process, I related several stories the day before the incident. Yeah.
Yeah, so he had
That's
a ketchup
a shout
packet,
out.
put fake blood on his body, and then
stage a whole thing.
Right when the cops showed up, he put his hand up to his credit. He goes, "I admit, I know I've gone too far this time.
Yeah.
This is
I take my fake gun.
Yeah, he turns in his fake gun, his fake badge.
Oh, perfect. Good job, Billy. Good football guys. Good football guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what?
And also, shout out the boys.
you know what I love?
Going
Boys.
undefeated.
Yep.
They're buzzing.
Right?
There was
Undefeated season. Unbelievable.
a lot of big in-conference rivalry games this weekend. Cortica, biggest little game on earth. Williams Amherst.
Yep.
A lot of guys went undefeated.
Yep. Undefeated, and you're part of that foundation. Love it.
Sweet.
Huge. All right. Let's finish up with Who's Back of the Week. Who's Back of the Week brought to you by Cash App. The Cash App. They're now introducing teen banking to the masses. If you're 13 plus, you need to download the Cash App now. You can send and transfer cash to your friends, little brother, little sister, little cousin. You can use the Cash Card, debit card, as well as any boosts currently available. And just a heads up and reminder to the teens out there, you won't be able to buy or sell stocks or Bitcoins if you're a parent and you have a teenager kid. Cash App is a great way to be able to send them money. Download the Cash App, enter the referral code BARSTOOL. You'll receive $10, and they will now send $10 to ASPCA when you download the Cash App from the App Store, Google Play Store today. Okay, Who's Back of the Week? Hank.
I did have Dudes Rocking as my Who's Back of the Week. We just talked about that. So I'll have to improvise, and I guess I'll go with vegetarians.
Okay.
Billy's trying to turn us all into vegetarians.
Yeah, that's true. Billy really fucked us tonight on our dinner order.
We ordered chicken quesadillas. Billy looks like he wants to kill me.
Nah, dude, I'm fine.
He absolutely wants to kill you. Well, we suspect that Billy left off the chicken from our dinner orders because he wants to deprive us of protein.
I said
so
I
he
want
can
a
more
chicken
easily
quesadilla,
submit us.
and then like 4 other people were like, I'll also get a chicken quesadilla, and when the chicken quesadillas arrived, it was just a bunch of cheese. So that's my who's back of the week. I wasn't going to say it, but we just talked about my other one. So.
Oh, and Cam Newton, too. He's a vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
And Cam Newton's a vegetarian.
Justin Fields, too. Who's back of the week? Cheese.
Yeah. Vegans.
Vegans. Gross. Like, what do you do? What do you look forward to?
Yeah, what do you eat? You can't eat cheese. You can't eat meat. What else is there?
What do you...
Bread?
Ice cream? No.
Like pigeons?
Vegans, what do you... If you're a vegan, tell me what you look forward to. The day you die and you get the sweet release of this hellhole of a life.
I think they
eating
look
tofu.
Yeah, best case scenario, if you're a vegan, you're right, and you're way more healthy than everybody. That means that you get to live between the years 90 and 120.
Right.
No, thank you.
Also, still not eating steak.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Yeah, I would understand it if it's like I'm going to go vegan until I'm 79.
Right.
And then I'm just going fucking ape shit.
Yeah. Just going nuts on it.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking cigarettes. Eating steaks. All right, PFT, your who's back?
My who's back, I have 2 of them. My first who's back is U.S. men's national team.
Yes.
Dos Acero.
Oh,
Beat Mexico. Rivalry game.
Dude, we fucked them up.
We own CONCACAF.
We're going to the World Cup.
And that was
finally.
fucking soccer.
I was going to try to save my Firefest for Friday.
What? Yeah. No.
No?
Do it quick.
Me and PFT were watching this game together at Margaritaville. Mm-hmm. The Celtics game was on, and then PFT changed the Celtics team to the CONCACAF Tador, whatever the fuck.
Geez.
It's World Cup
It was
qualifying.
devastating.
So
Yikes.
what actually happened was I asked them to change one of the televisions, and they changed
them
both
all.
of them.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Oh,
both of them.
yikes.
Yeah,
you can't.
I thought there were more than 2.
No, in the area that we were
Margaritaville.
sitting in.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, no, trust me, Margaritaville has more than 2 TVs.
All right, good. Phew.
Happiest place on earth. I ate a lunch inside the Statue of Liberty.
Hell
and the
yes.
Statue of Liberty is holding a margarita instead of a torch.
That's
And
awesome.
there's sharks in the margarita.
That's sick.
And every hour on the hour, the sharks swim around.
That's beautiful.
It's awesome.
I got fish tacos that were surprisingly delicious.
Of course they
Yeah.
were.
I was expecting them to be.
Margaritaville, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
My other who's back is that betting trend that we talked about going into this week, where you take teams that did not cover the spread if they're playing a team that did cover the spread. So it's the pendulum situation that we always talk about. This week it was 7-0.
Beautiful.
All 7 of those teams won. So I'm going to be doing that again next week.
Next week we got to take the Falcons. Hank.
God.
We got to take the Falcons.
Matty Ice revenge game, too. You guys didn't talk about that either.
We got to take the Saints, the Falcons, the Jets. Ugh. Yeah, this makes sense.
This is going to be a tough week.
The Colts against the Bills, the Browns against the Lions. All right, there's a lot of them. All right, my who's back of the week is Texas football for not being back. They
Big
lost to
time back.
Kansas.
They're
Oh
so
my
bad.
God, this is like Texas football is just. They find new lows where you didn't think they would exist.
They're
Like
0-3 since the monkey attack. Alleged monkey attack.
There's definitely someone or many people in Austin right now being like, I miss Tom Herman days.
Yeah.
That's bad. When you lose to Kansas.
Kansas is objectively the funniest team to lose to.
And their helmets were so bad.
Yeah,
like
the giant Jayhawk.
Way too big of a Jayhawk on their helmets.
Huge Jayhawk.
It was like offensive to lose that game, and then they mocked you with their helmets.
It looked like their helmets got stretched out when they were going through the laminator.
The printer, yeah.
It was a fucked up helmet situation. I would say, you can look at the different conferences, and there's always one team that is the funniest team to lose to, but I don't think any of them hold a candle to losing at home to Kansas. Maybe in most years, Wake Forest would be a very funny one for an ACC team to lose to.
Yeah. We're losing to Rutgers. Or Maryland in football.
Losing to Maryland is tough.
Losing to Maryland is gross.
Vandy.
Vandy's very bad. You can't lose
funny.
to Vandy.
And if you're a really good team in the SEC, losing to South Carolina is usually pretty funny. Yeah.
In the SEC.
It's got to be Vandy.
Yeah. All right, your who's back, Billy.
My who's back is piss.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Billy's back.
Piss in general. So, first occurrence with piss was.
I love you, Billy, so
dude, I just saw this video of this.
I just love you.
Yeah, Piss is back. No, he's right.
No, so this Sophia Urista, a heavy metal band singer, just like pissed on one of her concert goers who was on the stage. Just ridiculous video. And then The Rock got caught with piss jugs in his gym.
What do you mean got caught with piss jugs?
Well, he was posting pictures in the gym, and there was bottles of piss behind him.
What do you think is in those bottles?
Piss, because it turns out he doesn't have a bathroom in his gym, so he just pisses in jugs but didn't hide them.
Oh,
Got
that's
it.
kind of
Just like-
football guy, though.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cam Newton's also back.
Mm-hmm.
And Texas Tech. Because
Yeah, that kicker.
No.
62-yarder.
yes, and
Oh.
their meat judging team won their third national championship
Got
in a
it.
row.
I
Their
think it's a
dynasty.
62
Yeah. No,
yarder.
their meat team is solid. When I did all those like weird niche podcasts, I
Yeah.
talked to a guy that is a product of their meat judging system there.
The dynasty.
They're a fucking dynasty.
That's crazy.
Dude, they're a wagon.
And also the 62-yarder. That was sick.
yes,
So sick. It was.
true.
Jake, finish us off.
Who's back is villains. Drew
You?
Timmy.
Because you
No.
don't have fucking Wisconsin.
Drew Timmy, Gonzaga, big man. They smoked Texas. This man celebrates after every single layup. He's
hate
going to
him.
get on some people's nerves.
Mine.
Exactly.
Right.
So just
And
get
you
ready.
like him?
No, I'm just.
You can't
usually-
stroke,
Drew
you
Timmy-
can't stroke the mustache when you're down by 15
15 national
points in the
championship.
Not
national
only that,
championship
but
game.
Drew Timmy, you fucking play. You get to beat up on Pepperdine every
Yeah,
year.
join a real
Shut
conference.
up.
They smoked Texas. They have Duke. They have Alabama. They have UCLA.
But they
So-
don't have to play the day in day out rigor of an SEC schedule or an ACC
Right.
schedule.
But yeah, Big Cat winning in tonight against Providence.
I'm excited.
Check out
Where's
Bench
the game?
Mob. Madison. I think so.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll win that.
Yeah.
So
If you will, you'll
just
be in
go ahead-
Thursday's bracket.
You know what? Just put us in right now.
Well, I already published Monday's bracket, so Thursday, if they win, they'll be in
I'm
Thursday's
giving you
bracket.
my word.
Okay.
Put them in.
Thursday's bracket. You got it.
It's already published. It's live.
Monday's is going to be published.
It's as good as published.
It's not
Thursdays.
published yet.
Thursday.
You can still do it.
Thursday.
Okay.
I think the picks lock after 5 p.m. on Sundays.
Yeah.
All right. Random numbers.
69.
Brotherhood bingo.
97.
88.
8.
Couple quick stats. Seahawks haven't won since in Green Bay since Matt Hasselbeck said
100. Have we ever had 100?
Wait, no, they didn't win that game either, though, Billy.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Oh, that's the last time.
That
That's
was
the
the last
first
time.
time that they lost in Green Bay. I got it. No, I got it. That was the start of their losing skid. that
Yeah.
they had up there.
In Green Bay.
In Green Bay, yeah.
Yep.
We're going to take the ball. We're going to score.
Yep.
Idiot. All-time idiot.
8. Brotherhood bingo.
Brother, we did 100. It was 100.
Oh, it was 100?
Yeah, it was 100. Second time.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah. All right. See everyone on Wednesday.
8. Love you guys.
Kangaroos are dangerous.
Talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Needless to say, I'm all set in, but I'll be stolen away. Telling them life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Oh, things that we say, yeah, is it a life just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember. You're shying away. Well, I'll be coming for you anyway. You're shying away. Well, I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on
Pardon my take, presented by Barstool Sports.